Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Bank of Kaukauna Stadium on the campus of Kaukauna High School for tonight's WIAA opening round playoff game in Division 2, between Green Bay Southwest and Kaukauna. You could say it's a crisp evening out there, but we are nice and cozy up in this beautiful press box at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium.
Let's start over, Ricardo.
Well, I have a Bank of America card, so I'm used to Bank of America, but it's Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. But yeah, I was going to say we're nice and cozy up here because they have a nice heater up here, a nice spacious press box, and we're ready to go for the opening of the WIAA playoff spread. Again, opening round game in Division 2. Southwest coming in 4-5 from the Fox River Classic Conference. Of course, Kaukauna 6-3 in the Valley Football Association North Division. Look at that. Look at that spacious, put my hand up here. You can see, look at Brett looking great, and I'm down here sitting because I'm about to take some stats. But we're excited here.
Game notes.
I'm here, Brett Christopherson, Jim Rosadick, all of USA Today Network Wisconsin, and we're proud to bring you yet another USA Today Network Wisconsin live stream. Brett, it's a playoffs. We started this way back in August. We're in shorts. We're sweating it out. Now we're, all bundled up, and then
it's not even that cold.
Some of us are in our winter coats. Rosie's over there in the winter coat.
Rosie's got a heater next to him, too, yeah.
But, yeah, that's how quickly the seasons change here, Brett, and we're ready for some playoff football.
Yeah, we're talking, 3 weeks from tonight, we'll be somewhere for the state semifinals. It's going to go fast, and I'm looking forward to this one. First of all, I love being at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. This is our first time streaming a game here. Beautiful facility. This whole complex is fantastic here at Kaukauna High School. So if you haven't been here, you definitely want to check this place out. It's beautiful. But we should probably, Ricardo, get some game notes. And
yes.
You want me to start with Kaukauna?
You can go ahead and start with Kaukauna.
I tell you what, you do Kaukauna. I'll do Green Bay Southwest because I think I can do the names a little bit better.
Sounds good. Kaukauna, again, these notes are put together by Brett Christopherson during the week. And he, I would say you pulled these mostly from our friends at wisports.net.
Most of the stats are from wisports.net, absolutely.
Third-seeded Ghosts in Division 2, again, have dropped 2 straight games coming in tonight's playoff match, but they finished third in the VFA North standings, coming off a 27-10 loss to Hortonville last Friday in a regular season finale. That was here at Kaukauna. Gavin Lamb's 38 field goal in the second quarter put Kaukauna on the board. The Ghosts then grabbed a 10-7 lead in the second quarter, or I should say in the quarter, on a 3-yard touchdown run by Hunter Natrop before the Polar Bears scored 20 unanswered points to put the game away. Noah Van Asten threw for 92 yards on 11 of 29 passing, while Natrop finished with 97 yards on 21 attempts. Carson Sipple finished with 5 receptions for 39 yards, while Charlie Weber, he added 4 catches for 31 yards. On the season, Van Asten has thrown for 1,056 yards, 11 touchdowns while completing 54% of his throws. Now, Hank Hoffman, he is the Ghosts' leading rusher with 842 yards and 9 touchdowns. He's out, unfortunately, with an injury. That's too bad because he was averaging just a shade under 8 yards a carry at 7.8. Natrop is next with 368 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's also averaging 4 yards a carry. Weber is Kaukauna's leading receiver with 31 catches for 230 yards and a score. Sipple leads the team in receiving with 382 yards on 28 receptions. He also has 8 touchdowns. Now, defensively, Tyler Hippus leads the way with 44 tackles. Andre Williams, 4 sacks, are tops in that department for the Ghosts. Jacob Van Zeelen has a team-high 3 picks, and overall, Kaukauna has 10 picks. As for the team stats, the Ghosts are averaging 120 yards per game through the air, 156 on the ground. They're allowing on average 103 yards through the air and 99 yards on the ground, and they've also outscored their opponents 207 to 151. Next, whoever wins this game will take on either Hortonville or De Pere in a WIAA Division 2 second-round game. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. Brett, what can you tell me about Green Bay Southwest?
Well, the Trojans, Ricardo, seeded 6 in this 8-team pod, and they're winners of 2 straight coming in. So on a little bit of a hot streak. They finished in a 3-way tie for 5th in the Fox River Classic Conference, and they're coming off a 34-6 rout of Sheboygan North last Friday in a regular season finale up in Green Bay. Tajon Richard rushed for 158 yards and 2 scores, while quarterback Alex Kowalczyk threw for 169 yards and a touchdown on 7 of 11 passing, as Southwest finished with 403 total yards. Croy Zacharias also rushed for a touchdown and finished with 69 yards on 14 attempts. Noah Gukwa, I hope I'm saying that right, was credited with a 67-yard touchdown reception, his only catch of the night. Richard caught 4 passes for 76 yards to help propel the Trojans to the win. On the season, Kowalczyk has thrown for 1,103 yards and 7 touchdowns while completing 54% of his throws. He does, Ricardo, have 8 interceptions. So a key for actually both teams in any game is taking care of the football. So we'll see which defense can maybe come up with the key turnover. Richard is easily Southwest rushing leader with 680 yards and 6 TDs while averaging 6.1 yards per carry. Giovanni Shemansky's 23 receptions, 477 receiving yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns are tops on the team in those categories. On the defensive side, Richard's 92 tackles.
Wow.
That leads the way. Nate Klein is the sacks leader with 7, and Shemansky leads the team in interceptions with 3. Overall, Green Bay Southwest has produced 10 interceptions, so a very opportunistic defense. As for the team stats, the Trojans are averaging 123 yards per game through the air and 87 yards on the ground. They're allowing, on average, just 68 yards through the air and 163 yards on the ground. They've also been outscored this season, Ricardo, 180 to 142. And as Ricardo mentioned, Hortonville-De Pere is the winner of that one, takes on the winner of this one. That's a second-round game next Friday night. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m.
Lots of area games and throughout all divisions here in the coverage area. We like to call it the G10. We can call it the G10. Markets, Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield, Stevens Point, along with Green Bay, obviously the Post Crescent and Appleton, Fond du Lac, Oshkosh, Sheboygan, and Manitowoc. Those are the 10 G10 sites. And Brett, I don't know if you read that, but I have my predictions throughout all 7 divisions. You can find that on postcrescent.com or greenbaypressgazette.com. Take a look.
Have to be
you
a
got
subscriber.
to be a subscriber, though. So please sign up. Digital access is really easy, Brett, just for the digital part of it. You always have those great deals going on. And please sign up and give it a look at it and see if what you think about my selections and picks. Brett, I know you agree with most of them.
Well, we talked about it, Ricardo, on the R&B show. Recorded it yesterday. I'm assuming it's up and running on.
It will be.
It's not up yet?
It will be.
That needs to go up every Thursday.
Right, you're right, and it will be.
Consistency.
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise, how are people going to subscribe to it?
They will subscribe to it, and then they'll get placed right in their phone.
Well, all right. Well, we'll go with what Ricardo said. But anyway, although I did disagree with your Division I pick, you had Bayport winning Division I. I have Muskego winning Division I. And I'm sure there's a certain football coach just down the road who happens to coach a powerhouse called the Kimberly Papermakers that is not going to like either one of those picks.
Well, he'll let us know.
He does it in a playful sense, but Muskego looking a very, very bit the part of the number 1 team in the state. They're rolling through a very good league in the Classic 8, and they're the defending champs. So until the defending champs go down, you got to go with those guys. But it's going to be a very tight race, and we call it the Big Three, right, in Division I: Bayport, Fond du Lac, and Kimberly. One of those 3 teams will be in Madison. Fond du Lac might end up playing Muskego in a state semifinal, and the other side might be Bayport Kimberly.
Fond du Lac has a tough one against Arrowhead tonight.
But how about Division II, Kaukauna and Green Bay Southwest? Do they have the makings of being able to make a run? Now, I know with Kaukauna taking a little bit of a hit since Hank Hoffman went down, the talented running back. That's really unfortunate that he's banged up. He was really having a nice season, and that sort of changes the dynamics of this Kaukauna offense.
Yeah, and I want to say it was against Marshfield.
Well, I thought it was week 6.
Was it week 6?
But you could be right.
It was at Marshfield, or it was up in the Central Group somewhere. He just had an enormous game with over 200 yards rushing, that kind of stuff. So I have to double check that, but I do remember him ripping up one of those Central Wisconsin teams, and I'm thinking, my goodness, this kid really came out of nowhere. So it's unfortunate that he's he's unable to play it out for the season. Again, Hank Hoffman, one of the area's top running backs, and just a junior though, right? If I remember seeing that.
Just a junior, and hopefully he can make it back. Is that him down below, right down the sidelines?
Yeah, I don't know if Rosie can get a camera on him. I believe that is him.
Yeah, that's too bad because at one time, Kaukauna, I think, started the season. And I got it right here as we await the beginning of this game. 6-1. They're off to a great start, and then obviously slumping the last 2 weeks, but playing 2 really good teams. In Kimberly in Week 8, the Papermakers taking down Kaukauna 35-zip, and then last week, Hortonville 27-10. So if Kaukauna wins this one, it could be a quick rematch because I'm assuming Hortonville look pretty good against a De Pere team. And this is the time of year we always talk about it, strength of schedule, strength of conference, right? And we have to tend to think that the VFA, historically anyway, has been a little bit stronger than the FRCC.
Well, if you look at Kaukauna's losses, Brett, Appleton North, right? Kimberly. Kimberly, then you just mentioned Hortonville. I mean, those teams are all have great win-loss records. Brett, to finish that thought, we had talked about Kaukana's losses this year to Appleton North, to Kimberly, to Hortonville. Those teams combined 23-4. So you could look at that strength of schedule and say, they played some tough teams, and those losses did come against really good teams. 2 of those are Division I teams, by the way, and then Hortonville, one of the top teams in Division II.
I like, though, Ricardo, what we've seen in the VFA North this season. We've seen 2 programs really take a step up, Kaukauna and now Appleton East. So really making it a very challenging league, top to bottom, and not just always assume that the mainstays are going to win those games. You got 2 programs on the rise, and that's just going to make it that more competitive. Hey, one of the cool things here, hopefully Rosie will get it. There she is. The Galloping Ghost is coming
Very
out
cool.
onto the field, riding the horse, and is going to get that's a cool tradition here at Kaukauna High School. They've done it for years at Old Bay Origin Field and now here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. But they deliver the game ball to the official. And
is that after they announce the players and all players come on, or?
I don't know, but
do that. That is a very cool.
It's a really neat, long-standing tradition here at Kaukauna High School. Rosie's got a good picture of it. As the Ghosts are taking the field, jumping up and down the K there at center field. And
well, I don't know when that started, but that is an awesome tradition.
That's one of the coolest traditions you're going to see in the entire state of Wisconsin. The Galloping Ghost delivering the game ball to the official. And I tell you what, I want to give a shout-out as we await that tradition to athletic director here at Kaukauna High School, Chris McDaniel. He always does he's a fantastic athletic director, among many that we get a chance to work with. And got to thank him for setting us up and the crew here at Kaukauna High School. And here comes the Galloping Ghost. I'm sure this official there is like, oh boy. The official's like, here we go. And whoops. Well, the official didn't have much of a chance. He almost threw like a fastball right like 2 feet in front of his face. So, but hey, pretty cool tradition nonetheless, and that's the way we're going to get started. A little bit of a downer for the fans, though, Ricardo. They're a little
the
disappointed.
Kind of low now.
But anyway, and we've been here, but I've never streamed a football game at but this whole entire complex, Ricardo, the football field, the soccer field, the softball, it's beautiful, and they have a nice indoor practice facility as well. So a lot of good things going on at Kaukauna, and I know with the winter season coming, not to rush things along, but they have some big plans with that boys basketball team and of course the wrestling team. Trying to get back to Madison in both sports again.
Yeah. Putting on my Snapchat, by the way. That's the Ghost handing off the football. Good stuff here at Kaukauna High School.
But don't
More
you? This is a
specifically,
beautiful complex.
Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. I put this right up there at the very top, Brett.
No doubt.
Area facilities.
I know the folks here at Kaukauna are very proud of the facility, as well they should. And
that kick's going right into the end zone, Brett. That was Gavin Lamb. Big boot into the end zone.
Hey, a big thank you to our sponsor, Verlo Mattress Factory of Appleton, Green Bay, Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, and Sturgeon Bay. They're craftsmen. Manufacture your bed on site with unmatched quality and customer service. Be sure to stop in today for their fall mattress clearance sale.
So first down and 10 at the 20. That's where Green Bay Southwest will start. 4 receivers far side. And the give is to Richard. Nice gain on first down. Right to the 29, just short of a first down.
Yeah, good start for Southwest. Just a little toss to the left. Richard working behind the left side of that offensive line. And, yeah, 2nd and 1 coming up. Ball at the 29-yard line.
Right, I'm ecstatic at this facility. The digs that we have here, I can see both ends of the field. I don't have to look over your shoulder or do anything silly like that.
Well, when we met with Chris McDaniel earlier, as we were setting up, Rosie and I were just gushing about this place, and we just told him we've been wanting to get here for some time, and it's great to be here for our first-round playoff game. It looks like Richard is bottled up, and he's going to be stopped shy. The forward progress will take him back to the line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 1 coming up for the Trojans. Again, 4 and 5 overall, and in the FRCC, Kaukauna 6 and 3 coming into this one, and
3rd and 1.
Looking at Kaukauna's schedule, 1 non-conference game, and of course, I'm always mixed up as to how they do the VFA crossovers and stuff.
It's not like they designate. You don't know unless you talk to the coaches if it's actually a conference game or not, or it's the 1 non-conference game on their schedule, as we see.
Is that going to be a procedure call for Southwest? So a pre-snap penalty is going to push the Trojans back. And Patrick Wallace and Tim Burr, the co-head coaches for Southwest, that's going to drive them batty. 3rd and 1 now going to be a 3rd and 6. Yeah, the Ghosts, they played in Week 3, Menominee, Michigan. That was a non-conference game. All those Michigan teams coming down. Kingsford, right?
Most of the time to get a loss put in the loss column.
Just need some games, right?
Yeah.
3rd down for the Trojans. Quarterback Alex Kowalczyk, Jr. We have another pre-snap penalty here, and is that going to push the Trojans back 5 more yards?
Was that on the defense, or it was on the offense?
Yeah, Trojans are backing up, so they go from 3rd and 1, Ricardo. Now it's going to be 3rd and 11.
At the 19. It's got to drive the co-coaches over on the Trojan sideline.
Looks like we have a mic'd up ref as well, so that's good. We can hear the calls nice and clear. We heard that in, Week 7 up at Schwabenon in an FRCC game, so I like that. Can hear exactly what's going on. So 3rd and 11 now, thanks to 2 penalties backing up the Trojans 10 yards. Kowalczyk's got time, is going to swing it. Good job by the defense. That was number 80 on the catch, Noah Gukwa, the senior wideout, 6'3", 180 pounds, but good job by that Ghost defense to not let Gukwa get the first down. So 4th down coming up, and Ricardo Kaukauna's going to have some nice field position as Casey Lancourt, the junior, waiting for the punt.
Now, it is chilly outside, Brett, but it's by no means windy.
No, you look at the flag, it's as still as can be, so that's a positive here. Temperatures are going to dip into the 30s by game's end, so but with no wind, it's definitely going to be very manageable and kind of a bouncy kick, and you get away from that.
Takes a nice Southwest bounce, though. Past the 40 at the 39.
Kaukauna fans in front of us, they're jazzed up to see the offense on the field for the first time. 1st and 10 for the Galloping Ghost. Ball is going to be at the 39-yard line.
Brett, I don't think that ball was more than 15 feet in the air.
Well, you think that's got to be hard to kick, right? On a cold night, that ball is going to be, it feels like a rock. I imagine that's got to sting the feet here. Look at the defense in front of us, all huddled up in front of that the huddle unit, the TV screen, and already checking out the last series. It's amazing what high school football has become and how instant it is. Everybody's got that huddle system now as Van Asten swings it over. Ooh, nice tackle.
Oh, gorgeous tackle, actually. Wow.
Nick Metzler, the junior, on the tackle.
No gain on that play, but boy, if he doesn't make that tackle, Brett, he had a couple blockers in front of him.
Yeah, junior defensive back, wrapping up nice and short gain. No gain, actually. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Van Asten, a 3-year starter for Kaukauna. And again, with Hoffman out, I know they have a lot of faith in their backup running back, but really Van Asten's the leader of that offense.
Nice little slant, good pitch and catch, and that's a first down. That's to Charlie Weber, the junior wide receiver. So good decisive throw by the senior quarterback, and a fresh set of downs coming up for the Ghosts.
Nice little timing play. I like that, Fred. Right?
Yeah, and
one step, ball's out of his hands.
Get the quarterback into a rhythm and maybe heat up here a little bit. Ball at midfield for the Ghosts.
Van Asten listed 6 foot 195. Again, he knows this offense. This is something that he's shown steady improvement throughout the years. Again, his 3rd year starting for the Ghosts.
Oh, watch out. Got to get rid of it. Does. Nice. Saw the pressure and then knew where he was going right away. That's a catch to. Well, I don't have a number 10 on the program.
Yeah, I'm looking for it too, Brett. We don't have one either. Next time we'll have to listen to the announcer, find out who that would be. But Van Asten 3 for 3 already, Brett. 3 for 3 for 25 yards.
Good throws, and again, looks very confident in this first round playoff matchup. Ghosts on the move as Weber goes in motion. Again, going to Weber. Charlie Weber, 5'9", 160-pound junior wideout. And again, nice tackle by Nick Metzler, the junior defensive back.
.32-yard lines where they'll place it. 2nd down and 6 for Kaukauna. Nice start to this drive. Again, all passes. Van Asten 4 for 4 for 29 yards. Just underway here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. No score on your Verlo Mattress scoreboard.
Gonna swing it. That's Hunter Natrip making some guys miss. Brought down though. Good tackle by number 8, Tajon Richard.
Now was that a pass or a?
We'll call it a pass, huh?
Okay.
Again, if you want to see the replay, you can always scrub backwards on whatever device you're watching and check it out. Maybe tweet us. Give us a tweet. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, we'll both be checking out some of these scores, Brett, because very interesting first round. The WIAA playoffs, people are going to be concerned or should be wanting to know some of these scores, especially from around the area. 3rd and 2 at the 28, Van Asten, 4 receiver set.
Natrip has it.
Oh,
he's got great blocking up front. Yeah, he's got the first down. Good job by the left side of that line as he dives across the 25. They'll mark it at the 24-yard line. First time we've seen a run from this offense tonight.
Nice RPO, and boy, Kaukauna looks really good on this first drive, Brad. Nice quick passes, high percentage passes, the nice run to get the first down. Ultimately, balance is what you want to see from this offense as they look to score here on their first drive. 3 receivers near side, Brett, on this really congested area. I wonder if they're going to try to hit something over to the right side.
Defensive backs playing off, too. So, yeah, there is some room on that far side maybe for another quick hitter. Let's see what Van Asten does. He's going to swing it and intercepted.
Wow.
Oh, boy. That's Metzler, and he's on the run. Ricardo, that's going to be an 80-yard score for the Trojans. Wow.
No flags. And, wow, big error there by Van Asten.
Ooh.
And a good job, though, to read that interception. I missed that number again.
That's number 35. We've called his name a couple times. Nick Metzler, the junior defensive back. I'm going to give him an 80-yard touchdown interception return.
Well, I had him picking it off at the 22, Brett, but 80 is we'll round it up to 80. But Metzler, I don't want to say he baited Van Asten into throwing that pick, but he almost broke on that better than the receiver did.
He read it all the way, and it looked like it was just going to be a little slant inside, and he just kind of jumped the route, and he was off to the races, had a little convoy in front of him, but he was not going to be caught. There is a flag. Okay, well, let's see what I see it there.
There is one. You're
right
right,
by the 10-yard line, so let's see. what the call is. Well, for now, we have Metzler with the pick 6. And let's see what the call is.
So it is still Green Bay Southwest's ball, correct?
Touchdown will come off the board, it looks like, but 2 fouls on the Trojans. A sideline warning. There's sideline interference, and then the other was what, illegal hands to the face?
Boy, that is tough. Oh boy, that just took a touchdown off the board, Brett. And if you're Southwest coming in here as what, the 6th seed, is that what they are? The 7th seed?
Yeah.
You
I mean,
you need those breaks.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, you take the pick 6 off the board. That's the bad news. The good news is the Trojans have the ball to start in Kaukauna territory, and Richard bouncing it outside, far side, still on his feet, cutting it back, and brought down near the goal line. What a run! Tajon Richard, the senior running back, Ricardo, kind of zigging and zagging his way down the field, made a nice little juke move. It looked like he cut it back inside, and then he was off to the races. Ball's going to be marked at the 3. There's a toss. Richard looking for an opening, and he's looks like wrestled out at the 2-yard line. Good-looking running back.
Well, this is just a nice change of momentum. If you're a Southwest fan, Brett, get the interception. You don't get the touchdown, but then the big run by Richard to take it right down by the goal line and bring up a 2nd down and goal to goal from the 3. Richard looks like he lost a yard on that.
No, actually, he's at the 1.
Oh, it is at the 1. Okay,
yeah.
I saw the thing. The scoreboard said at the 3, but it's at the 1, so he gained 1 yard. But Kaukauna's defense put in a tough spot here.
And Kowalczyk
in for the touchdown.
Is he in?
He buried himself into the mass of humanity.
Well, nobody's made a call yet.
No, I don't see that. Hey, give credit to Kaukauna's defense. Looked like they held on that 2nd down, Brett.
I think he stopped short. Yeah, so Kowalczyk, that nose of the ball has got to be at the goal line. Everybody's sort of looking around. Yeah, you can see where the official put the ball well inside the 1. That nose is right at the goal line. So 3rd and goal coming up. And I don't know. I wouldn't do anything fancy. I think I would just do a little under center quarterback sneaks. And but the funny thing is, teams nowadays at the high school level, at least around here, they're never under center anymore.
They're never under center, and that's not as easy as maybe we make it seem to be.
No, so you think they would have like really short yardage situations where you get that quarterback right under center and you
the big formation, the
dive right in.
3rd down, goal to goal from inside the 1 for Southwest. Richard.
Yeah, he just plowed his way in, I think. Let's see.
There it is. Touchdown.
1 yard score for the senior running back. So we'll put that touchdown now back on the scoreboard for the Trojans, Ricardo.
Yeah, it's boy, if you're Southwest, you had to score there. You had to get the touchdown, especially after the big interception. Got it all the way down to the 36 after those penalties. So Southwest, they have upset on their mind, Brett. And we'll see how Kaukauna responds to this early deficit. 4:37 left in the first quarter on your Verlo Matches scoreboard. Southwest up 6-0. That's this extra point attempt.
Yeah, Kiara Thomas, a female kicker for the Trojans. Ricardo, it gives you an opportunity as the kick sails through. You just did a feature on Hortonsville's female kicker.
And someone mentioned to me that Southwest has a female kicker. And I did do a big feature on McKenna Jervis, the Kaukauna, the Hortonville female kicker. By the way, second team all-conference in the VFA South. That's nothing to sneeze at. The first teamer was Van Dyke of Neenah, who happens to be a Badger recruit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah. And Southwest, 7-0. Brett, a little stunned because that was such a nice drive Kaukauna had. Mostly on the passing game. Running play for the first down. The big pick.
Yeah, again, credit Nick Metzler reading it all the way, the junior DB for the Trojans. Saw the little slant coming in, and it just jumped it right in front of the intended receiver, and he was off to the races. What looked like he scored, but it was brought back by a couple of penalties. But then credit that Trojans offense for being opportunistic with Tajon Richard and using that line in front of him, doing some damage in the running game. And Richard now with the 1-yard score makes it 7-0 at Trojans as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard here in the first quarter. So let's see if the Ghosts now can come back and answer. And if I'm Kaukauna, though, I'm doing the same thing. It was very a good game plan. And boy, they better fall on that. That's a live football, and the Ghosts do. But it was working, and you just got to look for number 35 because defensively he was all over the field in that first series for the Trojans.
Again, follow me at PC Ricardo on Twitter. You can follow Brett at PC Brettsy and Rosie at Metal Rosie. How's that heater going over there, Rosie? Nice and comfy. Look at him. Don't get used to it, my friend. You might not have that
Here's an early
next level.
Not to interrupt, sorry guys. An early score. Eau Claire Memorial up 7-0 over Appleton North.
Eau Claire Memorial, are they the old Abes?
The old Abes coming to Appleton and starting things off as Natrip now with about a 1-2 yard carry. As we're checking some of these early first-round scores here in the area. Papermakers strike first, according to our guide Jordan Jacobson. Looks like a touchdown over Rapids. Little Shoot down against Wrightstown, 6-0. That was also another interesting game, a game featuring Northeastern Conference rivals. We'll try to get a De Pere Hortonville score because I know folks watching this game would be very interested to know how that one's going up at Aiken Field at Hortonville.
2nd and 8 from the 31 for Kaukauna.
Hard to believe that 4 weeks from today it's the Division's 3, 2, and 1 state championships. And look at Natrip finding his way past the first down across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Good run.
11-yard gain for Natrip, Brett. Yeah, he found an opening there. Offensive line doing a good job of creating some space. He was able to take that for an 11-yard gain. So back-to-back runs by Natrip. He has 3 carries for 17 yards.
And quickly back to the line are the Ghosts as Van Asten waiting for the snap, running a little bit of a hurry up at Natrip now. Now we're seeing a lot of opposite, I guess, of that first series, which was all pretty much passing. Now Kaukauna committing to the ground game and maybe trying to set something up in the passing game plan. We'll see, but a good couple yards for Natrip there in that first down rush. So let's see what, again, the Ghosts, Ricardo, in that hurry-up offense.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. I like this. I love these kind of offenses where it keeps defense from substituting. And there's Natrip again.
Nice tackle.
Oh, is that Richard?
That's Croy Zacharias,
wow.
the sophomore defensive back, 5'10", 180 pounds, number 9, bringing down Natrip hard.
Yeah. I say that, bro, because Natrip had a nice hold there. I thought maybe that was going to be more than what it turned out to be, just a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, Zacharias showing some speed and definitely an aggressive attacking mode there as he brought down Natrip hard. So 3rd and long coming up, ball at the 46-yard line for the Ghosts. I guess we'll call it, what, 6, 3rd and 6? Big play coming up for this Kaukauna offense. Natrip has it. He's got a hole, and he's got the first down. He found a seam. He read his blocks really well along that left side.
And I thought Van Asten sold that too, Brett, because they spread out the Southwest defense, and that allowed Natrip to just kind of use his vision and be a running back and pick his spot, pick his hole, and get that first down. The first down, 47 of Southwest.
Yeah, Van Asten did a good job after the handoff. He just he does like that fake throwing motion.
Favre used to do that all the time. Yeah,
freezes the linebackers and DBs just enough.
You only need to freeze them for half a second. First down and 10 at the 47, nearing the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for Southwest on your Verlo Mattress scoreboard.
Oh, he dropped it right in his hands. That was Austin Miller, the junior wideout. I think it was one of those situations where he was trying to make a play and turn before seeing that ball all the way into his hands.
And he comes to the sidelines as Van Essen picks up the play from Coach Benfeld.
Yeah, credit Matt Binsfeld. He's really done a nice job of building this program. I believe he came from Wrightstown, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe so too.
And brick by brick, right, building a very strong foundation for what I anticipate is going to be a pretty nice program now in the years to come.
Well, it's interesting because Wrightstown's traditionally a running offense, kind of like a throwback in the way. And this playing to the strengths of their personnel as Natrup.
Ooh, nice hole, right side. It's still on his feet. First down near the 30.
They're going to mark it at the 32 BC, but 15-yard run by Natrup. 7 carries, 45 yards. So Kaukauna did it through the air on the first drive, and now basically on the ground as Natrup comes to the sideline.
Yeah, and back to the line of scrimmage quickly, so the Ghosts ready to snap the ball for this next play. And we got a different running back. That's big old number 41 for the Ghosts, Noah Hoffman, a freshman running back. I'm guessing, I'm going to take an educated guess, that he is the brother of Hank Hoffman.
Well, you don't see many freshman running backs at the Division II, Division I level, Brett. So
yeah, he's listed.
You must have a lot of faith in him.
Yeah, listed at 5'10", 160 pounds, and about a 3-yard carry for the freshman. And again, another nice drive for this Kaukauna offense. Let's see if the Ghosts can maybe finish this one off and answer the Trojans' touchdown. Second down coming up. There's Hoffman again, really looking good, reading those blocks, carrying that ball high and tight. And that's going to bring up, well, they're going to spot it at the 26. So third and four coming up, yeah, for the Ghosts. Final moments of this first quarter winding down at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. And again, beautiful facility. Wonder how the folks across the street are enjoying this. There's some houses right across the road here. They squeeze it all in, but it is a fantastic facility. Third down for the Ghosts. Van Asten. There. Oh, look at this little trickery. Fumble. Oh, scooped it up.
He's going to get the first.
Oh, did he get the first down?
Another fumble.
Oh, that's Carson Sipple, the junior, and I think the Trojans got it. They did. Another turnover ending what was a very promising drive. A little trickery. I got to give Sipple credit for even scooping that up. But then losing it, and now the Trojans with 6 seconds to go, and you can hear the fans in front of us a little frustrated. 2 big turnovers, something we talked about in the open, Ricardo. Who's going to take care of the ball best?
And if you look, I mean, you can't see this, but look at the Kaukauna drives. They're lengthy drives, Brad, and turnovers have ended both of them.
Turnovers, yeah. I mean, deep in Southwest territory as well. So Southwest now first and 10 at its own 24-yard line. There's Richard looking for some space, and good job by that Ghost defense to wrap up the running back. Casey Helmick, number 92, and Logan Van Roy, number 36, combining a bunch of Ghosts on that one, but that is how the first quarter will come to a close. 7-0, the Trojans with the lead as we take a peek at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. Turnovers, killer so far for Kaukauna. 2 offensive series and 2 turnovers in both promising drives. See if the defense can help out the offense. If you're a Ghost fan, Wrightstown with a 30-yard touchdown run. They're on top of the Mustangs, 13-0. Appleton East down 13-0 to DC Everest.
That's a shock.
According to our former colleague, Scott Williams, he's there covering the game. Appleton East fumbled on his 3rd play, and Orion Bowe returns at 55 yards, setting up a 5-yard touchdown run by Delton Zuliger. Evergreen's up 13-0 with 5:57 left in the first quarter. Appleton North now tied with Eau Claire Memorial, 7 apiece.
And that's going to be tough for Appleton East because their offense, the wing T, really isn't made to come back from large deficits, Brett. Second down, and dangerous throw to Richard.
Good job by that Ghost defense. Number 54, Daniel Disterhaft. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And I think that was also number 32, Tommy Tetzloff there.
Brett, that's a loss of 9 yards.
Yeah, so 3rd and long now coming up. Ball's going to be marked at the 15-yard line. 3rd and 19? Does that sound right?
Hey, Brett, we have thank you, Brian Curran. He's saying pronounce for number 9 on Southwest. That's Zacharias.
Zacharias. Thank you very
Thank
much. I appreciate you watching. Throw intercepted.
Intercepted, Brett. That's Magnus.
Henry Magnus. And there's a turnover for the Ghost defense. And look at this field position for Kaukauna. Boy, he was right there. Tough throw by Kowalczyk.
Where are they putting that? Brett, he intercepted that at the 30 and a nice return, depending on where they're going to mark this, maybe at the 6. Or maybe even a little farther back. I'm looking to see. Oh, they did place it at the 6.
Yeah, ball's at the 6, so first
nice
and goal coming up.
24-yard return by Magnus, Brett.
So we've seen 3 turnovers already here, and it's just very early here in the second quarter. Natrip bouncing. Good hard tackle by Ryan Berg, number 19, the sophomore linebacker for the Trojans. So yeah, number 9 for the Trojans will be Croy Zacharias, listed as a sophomore running back, defensive back. So thank you for helping us out. And ball's going to be marked at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up for the Ghosts.
And is his first name Croy? That's a gotta admit, that's a pretty cool sounding name.
Like St.
How come
Croix,
I don't have a cool name like that?
St. Croix Central or the St. Croix. Ooh, nowhere to go for Natrip. Cody Holm, number 36. He was there first, the junior linebacker.
Ball's at the 7, so it's a loss of 2 yards for Natrip. 3rd down and goal to goal from the 7, Brad. And if you're Kaukauna, Ghost got to take advantage of this great field position here. Down 7-0 the Southwest on your Verlo Matcher scoreboard. 10 minutes left in the first half.
Let's see if Kaukauna Ricardo wants to use that wide side, the far side of the field. A lot of space.
Say, plenty of space out there for any kind of route you're going to run to the corner.
Oh,
how was that?
Pre-snap penalty, so half the distance, right, coming up.
Depends if they call him for illegal procedure. I think it's going to be offside zone on the defense.
Yeah, I think so too. They jumped in the neutral zone, and that's exactly going to be the call. So 3rd and goal from the 7 will now become 3rd and goal from
the 3.5.
Yeah, we'll officially call it the 3-yard line, which leads me to believe is Ken the official handy tonight?
I was going to text him and see if that was the case.
Here's another interesting score. End of the first quarter, Hudson and Neenah tied at 7. Imagine if these Big Rivers teams come over to the Valley and come up with a couple wins. See how it all plays out as we keep track of what's going on around the area. And right here, 3rd and goal coming up from the 3. Van Asten has it. Looking left. Going to swing it deep and just too far. So 4th down, the intended receiver, Cody Gaber, the junior wideout, tried to hit him in the back corner. Just couldn't make it happen. And looks like the field goal unit coming on for Matt Binsfield and the Ghosts.
Well, it'll be a 21-yard field goal. For Lamb. Van Asten will hold. That one is good, Brett. So Kaukauna able to turn that turnover into points. To update my Twitter, you can find me on Twitter at PC Ricardo. Brett's at PC Brett C. Rosie's at Metal Rosie. 21-yard field goal.
7-3, the Trojans lead the Ghosts with 9:20 to play in this second quarter as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard and a little break in the action. Look at this. Eau Claire Memorial now up over Appleton North 13-7 at the end of one quarter. So very surprising.
Yeah, you know, Brett, and sometimes you have that when you have teams you haven't seen before. Fondy's up 21-7 over Arrowhead with 11:55 left in the second quarter.
Arrowhead not the same anymore, are they? Arrowhead, once a state power, kind of struggling in recent seasons.
It seems so long ago.
It wasn't that long ago when we had that classic state championship showdown with Kimberly. What was the score? 42-21 at one point.
Yep.
And oh boy, look at this. On the run, far side. Beautiful return. That's number 5, Tyler Rasmussen.
Brett, no flags either.
And great field position for the Trojans to start this series in Kaukauna territory. Well, you could see the far sideline where the Trojans are all jazzed up. Coach getting into it as he's doing kind of a chest bump with Rasmussen across the way. So a very excited start for the Trojans, marking it at the 36-yard line. There's a toss. There's Zacharias with the carry, and not much space for the sophomore, Croy Zacharias.
No gain on that. Second down and 10. Now we're under 9 minutes, heading to the 8:50 mark here in the first half. 7-3 lead for Southwest on your Verlo Mattress scoreboard.
Again, talking about the Trojans, playing some good football down the stretch. Winners of 2 straight coming into this one. That was a 39-20 victory at Notre Dame in Week 8, and then Week 9 last week, 34-6 over Sheboygan South. Oh, boy, nowhere to go. Oh, Kowalczyk somehow got and still on his feet, finally brought down.
That was number 30 finally bringing him down.
Yeah, Jack Block. You can see Jack Block kind of got up and he held his hands up like showing the ref that, hey, I'm just bringing him down. I wasn't but a promising start for the Trojans now really backed up. Third and, boy, a country mile here. 3rd and 20, ball at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Block got in on that tackle, and they had another big guy. I want to say it was Andre Williams. Also trying to bring down Kowalczyk.
Well, if you're the Trojans, you're for Kowalczyk, you're awfully careful here. What you don't want to do is force a turnover, and going to go deep across. Nice catch. Carson Sipple, Fedarian Smith, the senior, number 3. And setting up a nice, very manageable 4th and 2 now for the Trojans. Beautiful throw and a nice leaping grab by Smith.
No fear from Kowalczyk. 18-yard gain. I like that, Brett. Set his feet and threw that one right into the heart of the Kaukauna defense.
Yeah, I was going to say, be careful. There's a little toss. Richard, nothing doing. Number 42 for the Ghost, getting in there. Will Campbell, the sophomore linebacker. Richard, Ricardo, had nowhere to go.
No, he didn't. And you got to really credit Kaukauna's defense for showing good perimeter speed and snuffing that out.
Yeah, and Campbell just wrapped up and just spun Richard out of bounds. And
Campbell, a 6 foot, 270-pound sophomore, Brett.
So good stop by this Ghost defense. They're going to have the ball on their own 31-yard line, down 7-3.
Now let's see what this Kaukauna offense can do, Brett. They had nice balance. They can run and pass. Got to limit those turnovers, though, as Natrup.
Ooh, good spin move, but
back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like.
Yeah, I'll credit 36, Cody Holm, the junior linebacker, getting in there in the backfield right away and really forced Natrup to do that spin move and right into the teeth of that Trojans defense. So a loss of 1, 2nd and 11 coming up. Van Asten hands it off. Natrip. Nice little cut back inside, but good job by number 19, Ryan Berg, and number 35, Nick Metzler. We've called his name a few times tonight, so third down. Big play coming up for both sides. A chance for the Trojans to get off the field quickly. But let's see if Kaukauna can convert on a third down. And they've had some nice drives, just been thwarted by turnovers. Clock running, under 6 minutes to play here in this second quarter.
3rd and 5 for Van Asten. 3 receivers far side. Plenty of room to work with over on that side of the hash. He looks the defense over. A little bit of a slow snap. Has it
downfield. Got it.
Beautiful pass, Brett.
Yeah, Carson Sipple, the sophomore, got behind the defender. Credit Fedarian Smith for catching Sipple. I thought Sipple was gone, but a huge gain. And where are they going to mark the ball? At the 13-yard line. Nice throw by Van Asten, and a good job by that line to protect. Oh, there's a flag on the play, and I'm wondering if it's roughing the passer.
Was a 41-yard gain for Sipple, Brett.
You can see Van Asten. He got up gingerly here, and there is going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer. And that'll move the ball even further. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. I'm going to call it the 6, Ricardo. It's past the 7. It's in between the 7 and the 6. So let's give it, mark it down at the 6-yard line. But
now you see the big pass play that you've been kind of waiting for from Van Asten.
Yeah, nice
Beautiful
ball.
Pass.
Yep.
He put that with plenty of air. Sipple to break away from his defender. Nice 41-yard gain for the Ghosts. We have a timeout. Kaukauna, 5:15 left in the first half. 7-3 lead for Green Bay Southwest, but the Ghosts are threatening inside the red zone. Ball at the 6.
Well, you got to credit Van Asten. He delivered an excellent pass, and not only that, but then taking the hit. Penalty for the late hit, roughing the passer, but standing firm, knowing that there was a defender barreling right into him, and hit Sipple in stride. And credit Sipple showing that speed for the sophomore, getting past the defense, and equally as fast as the senior for the Trojans, Fedarian Smith. So who knows? That could be a big play, tripping up Sipple, and we've seen some turnovers here, but see if the Ghosts can maybe take the lead here. 5:15 to go in this second quarter. We're at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium, and again, Trojans leading the Ghosts 7-3 as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. We appreciate everybody watching live tonight on postcrescent.com and Green Bay Press Gazette.com, both Facebook pages. Rosie here even has it streaming on YouTube.
Attaboy, Rosie.
So first and goal coming up for the Ghosts. Ball, I'm going to say at the 6-yard line.
3 receivers far side for Van Asten.
Van
Rolling
Asten
to the right, though.
Oh, nice job by Zacharias getting his hand and knocking it down. I thought that was going to be a touchdown, but Zacharias diving his way towards the sideline to knock away the pass. Again, that sophomore defensive back, he looks pretty good, Ricardo. 5'10", 180 pounds.
Yeah, and I thought it was curious that they rolled to that side of the field, a very compact area.
Yeah, the short side.
Same kind of setup here, 3 receivers near or far side. Plenty of room out there to run some, crossing routes or something like that. As Natrip up the middle gets it inside the 5.
Yeah, and Tajon Richard called his name in the running game, now doing his stuff defensively as a linebacker for Patrick Wallace and Tim Burr, the co-head coaches for the Trojans. And now look at this, 3rd and goal, ball at the 5. So
yeah, and if you run the danger of having to kick a pair of field goals, Brett, when you have it inside the 10 on both drives, that's you can't be happy with that kind of efficiency from your offense.
Big play coming up for Van Asten in this Ghost offense. 3rd and goal at the 5, and Van Asten under center.
It's an offset eye too, Brett. You don't see those too often.
Fade route, and got it. Nice catch. He high-pointed it. Number 84, Logan Fitzhugh, the 6'2 wideout with the 5-yard catch.
Again, went to the short side of the field, Brett, but McHugh, you said it correctly, went up there, timed it perfect, came down with the touchdown.
Kyle Seafelt now in for the kick, the PAT. Bangs it through, and with 4:24 to play in this second quarter, the Ghosts with their first lead of the game. They're up 10-7 as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard.
Again, I'm updating my Twitter. You can follow me at PC Ricardo, Brett at PC Brettsy, and Rosie at Metal Rosie.
Yeah, Fitzhugh, beautiful job just timing that pass perfectly, high-pointing the football with the defender in pretty good coverage in that back corner of the end zone. And credit Van Asten, Ricardo, with a beautiful ball where only his receiver could catch it. So well executed on both ends. And the Ghosts taking advantage of that long strike between Van Asten and Sipple, adding on the personal foul penalty, roughing the passer, and they're on the scoreboard. First touchdown of the night. They're up 10-7. Boy, how about this first quarter, end of the first quarter score, guys. DC Everest 20, Appleton East nothing. Wow.
I'll tell you what, again, I can't say this enough. That wing T offense is not made to come back from big deficits. So it's going to be, they're going to need to really turn things around defensively to try to help out that offense a little bit.
How about Everest coming in? Again, that portion of the state and the VFA will really struggle this year, the VFA West. And as Richard bouncing it outside, far side, finally brought down. But
and not to belabor the point, but East, remember, lost to Kimberly by 1 point this year.
Yeah, so that would be a stunner if Appleton East goes down. A lot of ball game left.
Well, not just that. Appleton North is struggling. So the VFA North, outside of probably Kimberly, we haven't seen a Kimberly score yet, but VFA North really kind of, at least in the first half anyway of these games.
Tonight anyway, and again, that
just a bit.
Flies in the face of what I'm saying of maybe a little bit stronger league with the emergence of Appleton East and Kaukauna here. And Zacharias with the carry near the 40. They'll spot it at the 39-yard line. Good chunk of yards on that first down carry. Kowalczyk's got all day long to throw. Good coverage downfield, nowhere to go, and spins his way close to the first down. Good decision by the junior quarterback not to force the issue, and he's going to be about a yard shy. Third down coming up. Good protection, but great coverage downfield by that Ghost defense.
Brings up a 3rd and short, so if you're Coach Wallace, Coach Burr, I'm thinking you just give it to big old Richard. Go right up the middle.
Richard or Zacharias.
Zacharias,
both are strong-looking running backs that look like they're pretty good in short yardage. Fumble!
It was a fumble.
Ooh, it bounced right back into Zacharias' hands. Now you got to.
Yeah, it was a high snap.
Yeah.
Too.
Now you got a situation. I think if you're the Trojans, you got to punt this ball away, don't you?
I think that's what they're doing.
Fans in front of us doing a little coaching as well, telling the Ghosts to watch the ball. Anything's a fair game, I suppose. It's 3rd or 4th and short. I have a feeling that the Trojans are going to punt this away and try to flip field position here a little bit. It's a cold night, though, chilly. Not sure how far the ball is going to travel. As he's going to run. He's going to run. Gets around, and I think he stopped. He's tripped. Let's see.
He is right there.
Ooh.
He is right. I mean, they're going to maybe have to measure this.
Colin Lacombe.
Or they might have actually stopped him.
I think he was stopped short.
It is stopped short.
Oh, he had it, too. That was Lacombe, Colin Lacombe. And, yeah, he stopped short.
I think Rosie was right. The turf monster got him. Oh, Brett, he had all day to run.
Yeah, he had some space. It was
nice
well blocked.
Real nice play design by the Southwest staff. I mean, on that fake punt, that was wide open, huge lane for him to run through. But the turf monster, it gets everyone eventually.
1st and 10 at the 42, so great starting spot for this Ghost offense. They're up 10-7. Can they put a touchdown or even a field goal on the board before halftime? We'll see. They've been moving the football. Just turnovers have hurt them in the early stages. As Van Asten, he's going to go. He's going to go downfield right
now
away.
Again,
Got Sipple. He was knocked into his hands. Touchdown.
Brett, it was
42 yards.
Fadarian Smith. Fadarian Smith got a hand on it, but it got right back into Sipple's hands. And that's a touchdown, 58 yards.
Well, I think it's 42. The ball was at the 42.
Right.
Wow.
Well, they went right back to the same play, Brett. I think they saw something they liked there.
Ricardo was going to say the same thing. They obviously saw a matchup they really like because Sipple is getting behind the defense. Fadarian Smith just about knocked it away, but tipped it right back into Sipple's hands, and 42 yards for the score. Ghost on the verge of a 10-point lead pending this PAT.
Kimberly with a 14-3 lead, by the way, Brett.
Yeah, Seafelt bangs it through again, and with 2:19 remaining in the second quarter, look at this. The Ghosts, 17 unanswered. They're up 17-7 over the Trojans as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard.
Well, that was quick.
Eau Claire Memorial now up 20-14 over Appleton North. That's incredible. And Nina up 21-13 over Hudson. Wrightstown with a 13-0 lead over Little Chute. You mentioned that the Papermakers. What was that score? 14-zip.
14-3.
14-3 over Rapids. Haven't seen a De Pere score yet. Let's see if we can find one of those. Again, the winner of this one will take on the winner of Hortonville and De Pere.
Oh, Brett, that was a onside kick. It went off of the foot of number 77.
Oh, the Ghosts have it back, and they're going for the kill right now to try to put this thing not out of reach, but take firm command with potentially another score here with still 2:16 to play. The Ghosts have 2 timeouts and a little special teams trickery coming up now as the ball is going to be spotted at the 46-yard line.
Oh, you got to feel bad for the big guys up front. They're not expecting that to be an onside kick, Brett. They're up there to block, not to try to field an onside kick. But smart move by Kaukauna, 1st down and 10 at the Green Bay Southwest 46 with 2:16 left to play in the first half on your Verlo Mattress scoreboard. They lead 17-7, looking to get some.
Well, let's see where Sipple is.
He's on that side of the field, bro. They're going to go back to it again. Van Asten.
Oh, he's got lots of room. He's on the run. Well, look at the great block by Sipple. Oh, are they going to call a hold?
I don't know. I think it was number 11. Brett.
Okay.
He might have had a low block.
Well, there were 3 flags, so 3 officials saw the same thing. I was looking at the Sipple block, and I thought that looked really clean.
It is a block. It is a.
It's going to be on Charlie Weber, it looks like.
And the coaching staff of Kaukauna not happy. It's going to be from the 25. Is it a crackback block? Ball's going to be placed at the 35.
Yeah, I mean it's just a 10-yard penalty, so really not a huge deal. Van Asten doing a good job though, showing off his legs now. Yeah, we've seen his arm already tonight, but making some things happen with the speed in his running game. And 1st and 10 coming up at the 35-yard line. Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to say just 10 yards when they're talking. I think that was like, did they say an illegal blindside block?
Yeah.
So 15-yard penalty will push him back to the 40-yard line.
It'll be what? Now they're calling it 3rd down? They have the down marker wrong.
Yeah, scoreboard says 1st and 10, but look at where the sticks are. So it looks like it's 3rd down coming up.
2nd and 6 from the 40.
Nice throw from Van Asten to Logan Fitzhugh, the junior wideout.
To the 33, and that'll be a 1st down. Oh, big hole.
Oh, yeah, good cutback, too, by Natrup. Down to the 20. That'll be a 1st down, stops the clock with 1:25 to play. Very impressed with Hunter Natrup, just a sophomore. So if you look at your Matt Binsfeld, you got some nice talent coming up through the ranks here at Kaukauna.
You do lose your quarterback, though. 3-year starter.
Van Asten on the run again. Good job by Richard to trip up the quarterback again. The Ghosts with 2 timeouts to use up here in this half, as we are now under a minute to play in the quarter. They're going to spot the ball at the 17. As Van Asten going to swing it. Fitzhugh, the receiver on that one. Again, a junior wideout, and Kaukauna now will burn its 2nd timeout.
(21-3) Kimberly now. Thank you, Brian, for helping us out.
Yeah, let us know where you're watching the game tonight. We know there's some college kids out there, alums from both schools, Kaukauna and Green Bay Southwest. Let us know on Twitter. I'm at PCBrettC, and Ricardo's at PC Ricardo. And don't forget about Jim Rosendick at Metal Rosie, METALROSIE. It's always fun to see where the kids are watching the game. I know they're hanging out in their dorm rooms, just chilling after a nice long week of college. First semester's flying by for the college kids.
They're playing an old 90s R&B classic. You hear this, Rosie? Gotta get your hands up. A little naughty by nature. 3rd down and 1, they're calling it, Brett, from the 11. 3 receivers far side. Again, a congested right side of the field. Or near side, I should say.
Oh, that's going to be
nice
on the Trojans.
Yeah, nice play by Van Asten.
Drawing off sides, doing a little bit of the Aaron Rodgers type stuff there, huh?
Oh, they're calling it on
Kaukauna. Procedure.
Okay, that makes it 3rd down now and 6 from the 17.
Okay. Fooled us, too.
It did.
So 3rd and 1 goes to 3rd and 5, ball at the 16. As Van Asten's got time. He's on the right. He's got a lot of space. Good throw, and it's incomplete. Tough throw going to his left side. The intended receiver there was Cody Gaber.
Well, they're going to try a field goal with Lamont, it appears. Ball's at the 16, so it would be a 33-yard field goal. So Lamb be kicking the goalpost would be a little bit to his left, so he's kicking on the far near or on the near side hash mark. No easy kick here, Brett, as we have a timeout too now by Kaukauna.
Yeah, that'll be the Ghost's last timeout. 33-yarder for number 33. Been an entertaining half here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. Stick with us. We've got a lot of things to talk about, some things coming up. Some high school related, some Green Bay Packers related. And, of course, Ricardo can talk a little bit more about some of the things he's got building as far as our sports coverage. And maybe we can even show you everybody how to subscribe. See if we can check out some more scores. Nothing new since we checked it out last time. So 33-yarder coming up for the Ghosts.
This Lamb has more than enough leg strength, so. Oh, easily threw it. Look at that. Nice kick from Lamb. That kid's got a leg, Brett.
Carl, sounds like it's pronounced Lam.
Lam, okay.
Gavin Lam, so a 33-yarder bangs it through, and heck of a second quarter for the Ghosts. All 20 of their points scored in this frame. So Lam with a 21-yarder earlier in this quarter, and now the 33-yarder. Of course, the 5-yard pass from Van Asten to Fitzu, and saw the 42-yarder from Van Asten to Sipple. And 20 unanswered points now for Kaukauna. Menasha leading Whitefish Bay 14-zip. That's a halftime score. How about Manawa all over Partyville 28-zip? That also is a halftime score. And we're nearing halftime here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. The Ghosts with a big second quarter, 20-7 now, over the Green Bay Southwest Trojans.
So nice, Kaukauna went down 7-0. Remember, Brett, Southwest was able to score off that interception they had of Van Asten, but Van Asten settled down and played a pretty solid first half.
Well, what could this half really have been for the Ghosts without a couple of turnovers?
Right, inside, on their first two possessions, really.
So looking very sharp on both sides of the ball, and there's a brought down hard as Richard, and I think that's number 43 for the Ghosts, Tyler Hippis, the senior linebacker, coming in. And we'll see if co-coaches Patrick Wallace and Tim Burr want to run one more play, if that's enough for this quarter. And that is how the first half will come to a close. It's halftime here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium, and a look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard shows the Ghosts leading the Trojans in this WIAA Division II first-round playoff matchup. Thanks again to our sponsor, Verlo Mattress Factory of Appleton, Green Bay, Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, and Sturgeon Bay. Their craftsmen manufacture your bed on site with unmatched quality and customer service. Stop in today for their mega mattress clearance sale. Also, Verlo Mattress Factory offers free delivery and setup with set purchases, and they can make custom mattresses to fit boats, RVs, semi-trucks, antique beds, and more. Plus, air beds are on sale up to $400 off. Good old mattress for your semi-truck, Ricardo.
You're right. Hey, unofficial, I have Van Asten down 9 completions, 14 attempts, 1 interception, and 91 yards. Want to make sure I didn't miss anything here, though.
Not sure where we're going to be next week, but we'll be somewhere.
Oh, I did miss one. Whoa. Missed a long touchdown. Yeah, let me redo that again. I knew I'd missed one of the long ones.
You can always find out where we'll be streaming next week's second round action. Follow me on Twitter, again, at PCBretzi. Please give me a follow, and I always tweet out where we're going to be. Also tweet out stuff related to Clubhouse Live. But first, Ricardo, you got some updated stats?
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry. I missed the 42-yard touchdown off the one-play drive. 10 of 15, 1 interception, 133 yards, the 2 scores.
There you go.
But yeah, did you want me to start with the varsity roundtable that we do every week?
Well, let's do it. Let's do it kind of chronologically, which means Monday's coming up, and that's when we do our Clubhouse Live show. That is our weekly Green Bay Packers show, starring a star. Packers running back Aaron Jones is our weekly co-host this season. He brings in teammate guests throughout. You can see the show live in person, and it's free admission, right?
That's true.
At the Clubhouse Sports Pub and Grill inside the Red Lion Hotel Paper Valley in downtown Appleton. Again, it starts at 6:30, but get there a little bit earlier. Seating is limited. If you can't make it to a show, you can always watch it live online at clubhouselive.com or facebook.com/PackersNews. You can also give us a like on Facebook at facebook.com/clubhouselive. Now, I do know Monday's guest. I do know who that will be. However, I cannot announce it because that is our annual Halloween show.
Right.
So if you're going to come to this week's show, you want to be dressed in your scariest costume. And
well, Brett, you told me who it is. And let me tell you, if everybody out there who's considering coming, it'll be worth your time.
Yeah, let's just say it's a guy you're going to want to get to know and meet, and a guy that can should factor in the Packers system and organization for quite some time. However, come to the show dressed in your Halloween costume, and top 3 costumes win prizes. So we always have a good time. And not only that, but it is a milestone show. It's show number 250 for us. Can we make 300?
That's a long time. I hope we can make 300.
300 will be 2 more seasons yet, so 2021. But we'll celebrate.
Even be here?
We will have cake.
Won't the meteor hit us by then, Rosie?
Well,
like the dinosaurs.
Yeah, something might
going
hit
out
us.
like T-Rex, babe.
But anyway, I hope you guys can make it out. We think it's the best Packers show around.
Oh, it is the best Packers show around.
And I know the guys. I know Aaron Jones is having a blast, and he's a great guy to get to know. And hey, he's I think he's tied for the NFL lead in touchdowns scored with 9.
Well, who else has 9?
Christian McCaffrey, I believe, had 9.
Yeah, he's having a big year.
Yeah,
yep.
so definitely check it out.
I know Ezekiel Elliott's having a good. I think those are your 2 Pro Bowl running backs. Wouldn't you say the NFC right now?
Right now.
Yeah, right
now.
McCaffrey and Jones.
Now Jones doesn't have the rushing yards that's really piling up. He's got a couple 100-yard gains, but he's more of a multi-purpose back. And the Packers do a really good job of balancing stuff out with Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams. So, but anyway, check it out. We hope we can make it to a show in person, and we give away cool prizes, and you're just gonna have a lot of fun getting to know these guys. So anyway, Ricardo, it's your turn.
Yeah, every Wednesday at 7 o'clock we have our Varsity Roundtable, the only online high school sports talk show in the state. I interview local student athletes that come on. Sometimes the whole team comes on. This past week we had Kimberly girls volleyball players Maddie Pearson and Carly Deering on the big show. Don't forget about my girl, Callie Mowdog, Brett. She was doing the mobile camera. But the whole team was there, had a whole lot of fun. The Kimberly girls volleyball team is the number 2 seed in the upcoming. Actually, it's already started. I actually think tomorrow they have their regional final. But yeah, so Kimberly's expected to do a lot of good things. Possibly beat up Appleton North in that sectional final to determine who's going to the state tournament. But yeah, every Wednesday 7 o'clock is when it's filmed. This week, maybe some football players will get on. Maybe some cross country runners, Brett, because this week is the cross country state finals next Saturday.
Wow.
I'll be heading over there to Wisconsin Rapids. I'll be bundled up though, because I think they're forecasting. It's early though. Perhaps some snow later in the week.
Yeah, this cold weather came a little bit earlier than what I like.
But
my blood's getting too thin for this stuff.
Brett, you're getting old. Is what it is.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, but you look good for your early 50s, my friend.
No, I'm not in my 50s.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway,
Rosie is though.
No, Rosie is not.
Rosie looks.
Rosie, you're 50.
Rosie's got a thick head of hair that
51.
when he's 90 years old, he's gonna have a thick head of hair. I'm not gonna have any hair.
It's from all the Vitalis he uses, the old stuff that granddads used to use. But yeah, we love the varsity roundtable. So please check us out again every Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Find out who our guest is. If you're on Facebook, you can check it out and become a fan. Just look for Varsity Roundtable on Facebook and click the like button and you'll become a fan and find out who's going to be on the show. Brett updates that all the time whenever he finds out who's going to be on the show. Again, cross-country runners, I'm guessing next week. So but go ahead and check us out and see who's going to be on the big show. And then Thursday, now I haven't uploaded it yet, Brett, but the R&B show. Every Thursday, you'll have about 4 or 5 days to listen to it, but you can subscribe to it because once I upload it, it gets delivered directly to you if you are subscribed to it. iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. It's the only podcast dedicated to high school sports in the Fox Valley area. And this week, is interesting because we don't necessarily have specific games that we're looking at. We're previewing the entire 7 divisions of high school football. So you'll be able to listen to that, and there's really no time element for that because you can listen to it any of the upcoming weeks to see if we're right or if we're wrong, Brett. So we all give our predictions, by the way, so you can hold us all accountable.
That's okay. Ricardo will probably get it uploaded by level 4. So
no, it'll be up.
This last show, it'll be up. Kind of like your Sensational 6 volleyball team.
Terrific 10.
Yeah. And then I'll know again next week's level 2 second round playoff live stream that we will be doing by Tuesday. I'll tweet that out at PC Brettsy. So again, give me a follow, please. I'm always tweeting out stuff. I don't really do too much personal stuff on Twitter. It's all pretty much work related. But regarding our live streams, whether it's high school stuff or Clubhouse Live and the Green Bay Packers, some halftime scores. FRCC folks would be interested knowing that Manitowoc getting thumped right now at half, 28-zip to Marquette. Wrightstown with a halftime lead over Northeastern Conference rival Little Chute, 13-0. Boy, the Mustangs, Ricardo, offensively really struggling here down the stretch. I looked at it because that was a game we considered streaming. Mustangs only 12 combined points in the last 4 games, if memory serves. So, Papermakers up over Rapids, 28-3. That was with 36 seconds to go before halftime. And I thought I saw East was now trailing the Evergreens 34-13. So what is going on with the Evergreens suddenly? DC Everest, back when I was a kid, they were a powerhouse. Them and Anago in the old Wisconsin Valley Conference. Yeah, Rosie's saying maybe it is throwback night. Nina over Hudson at the half, 21-13. Again, I have not seen a De Pere Hortonville score. North now back on top of the old Abe's, 21-20 late first half score. So that's a back and forth game. What's going on with the Big Rivers taking on the VFA and then making them some games?
It's true. I wonder if we can see any other surprises.
Here's a good score. Here's a halftime score. Oshkosh Lourdes 57, Hillsboro zip.
This is an interesting score, Brett. Milwaukee Riverside 0, Green Bay Preble 0. That was the end of the first, but typically Milwaukee City Schools don't usually do well in the playoffs, so that's an interesting score, though.
I'm going to see if I can, for the folks, maybe find a De Pere Hortonville update. You'd think somebody would be tweeting that out, but I have not seen anything yet.
Interesting game to watch, and I have to see if for an update is Xavier Denmark. That's an interesting D4 opening round game, Brett.
It is. Denmark, always one of those schools that they always play tough, don't they, regardless of the sport. Yeah, nothing. I do not see anything on De Pere Hortonville left.
Our friends at WFRV. Oh no, nope. I'm looking at a score from 6 days ago because I put on.
Don't you love it that whether it's Facebook or Twitter, you look at something, and go, wow, that happened now, and it's like 4 days
yeah.
old.
Gotta watch that. Yeah.
Why they do that?
Oostburg's up 28-7 over. No, I'm sorry. Cedar Grove, Belgium's up 28-7 over Oostburg. That's from Dombeck, Tom Dombeck over there on the east side of the state. Menasha up 14-0 over Whitefish Bay. Did you give that score out already?
Earlier, but okay. Blue Jays in a battle with Whitefish Bay.
Manawa up 28-14 over Partyville. Sorry if I'm repeating these scores, but we're going to have a long night ahead of us to try to figure out all the rest of these scores. And I'm glad we got that Menasha one, though. I was interested to see how they would do.
Yeah, Menasha looking at a potential state quarterfinal matchup and rematch with Bay Conference counterpart West De Pere. Remember, we streamed that Week 6 game up at West De Pere, and that was a 56-42 Phantoms victory. It was
I was running out of ink.
Josh Blount and Cole Pope show in that one. Both quarterbacks sensational. Potential live stream situation, maybe. We'll see. We'll see kind of how this all pans out as the night progresses. Could be some VFA upsets tonight, the way things are shaping up. You got anything coming up as far as coverage? Anything else, Ricardo? You got any stories in the hopper?
No, well, nothing that I have yet. I'm guessing there'll be some cross-country previews, that kind of thing. I do know that, well, if you haven't, please check out my story on the Hortonville kicker, McKenna Jervis. You'll be able to find that on the Northwestern site, Fond du Lac Reporter site. As, we see the female kicker for Green Bay Southwest. Yeah. That is Kiera Thomas. She's a 5'5", 130-pound senior. Really had a good time talking with McKenna. One of the more interesting things she was talking about was taking a hit. Obviously she doesn't do kickoffs, and she was talking about being hit for the first time. She's 5 foot down. She's a little bigger than Kiera here. She's 5'8", 5'9", 145 pounds, which again, that's great. That's really ideal size for a girls soccer player. But when you're on a Division I football team, Division II football conference, I should say, but on a Division II team, you're pretty tiny compared to the other players.
Yeah, you watching Thomas right now, and she's making it look pretty easy from 20 yards out. Oh, there! I jinxed her.
Way to go,
I jinxed
Brett.
her. No,
you Cody Parkey'd her.
She was booming them through, so she got a good leg herself. Well, let me run down the first half scoring before we get the second half underway, as we're waiting both teams to, well, certainly at least the Ghosts to take the field. The Trojans did their halftime talk at the north end of the stadium, but Southwest got on the board first with 4:37 to play in the first quarter on a 1-yard touchdown run by Tajon Richard, and then 20 straight points for the Ghosts there in the second quarter. A 21-yard field goal by number 33, Gavin Lam, and then a 5-yard touchdown pass from Noah Van Asten to Logan Fitzu. Made it 10-7 Ghost, and then let's put a couple more, well, at least one more touchdown on, and another field goal. Another touchdown pass from Van Asten, this time a 42-yard connection to number 3, Carson Sipple, with 2:19 to play in the quarter, and then with 29 seconds to play, Lam with a 33-yard field goal to match his number 33 jersey number, and that's where we're at, 20-7, as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. Ghosts now back onto the field, and gives me another opportunity to see what we've got going on around the area. Green Bay Pebble now, Ricardo leading Riverside 7-0 at the half, so the Hornets putting one on. How about this halftime score? Bayport 49, Milwaukee Tech 0.
No surprise there.
This really has the makings of a Bayport-Kimberly state semifinal, the way things are mapped out and shaping up. And you got to think that game would be at J.J. Keller Field at Titan Stadium over UW Oshkosh. That would be, I think, a game of interest for us to potentially live stream. Would you agree with that? Unless you want to do a different state semifinal game.
There's going to be a lot of good ones, though. I predict a lot of area teams are going to be at the state semifinal level, Brett.
Well,
go ahead and call me Homer.
You do, because Eau Claire now, Appleton North leading Eau Claire Memorial 24-20 at the half. So late field goal for the Lightning. That's a wild one at Paulingen Field. You do have a tendency to pick whatever of the sport that champions or state champion appearances in every division for our USA Today Network Wisconsin teams, and very rarely does it happen that way.
Thank you. I'm like you with your Packer picks. How many years in a row have you not picked against the Packers?
I think
it's been 6 or 7 years.
I think one time I did pick against.
When?
I think it was Lane Taylor was on the show, and he looked at me like he was going to beat me up.
Oh, that had to have been many rainy seasons ago.
It was a number of seasons ago now, yeah. And then I decided that I should probably just make it my shtick to always pick the Packers. Hey, the Victory Visor is undefeated this season. The only time we didn't have a show.
Well, you would have lost that one, but
the only time we didn't have a show was when they lost, and Aaron Jones has noticed that as well. He's got a little superstition there, so he likes the Victory Visor.
Victory Visor should have its own Twitter account.
What's going on with your Bears, by the way, Ricardo? It sounds like there's a dissension.
Oh, no dissension at all. They're 3-3, and they need this win against the Chargers pretty bad. I would say that, though. I will say that, though.
Is that game in L.A. or
No, it's in
Chicago?
Chicago.
I would imagine the Bears should win that one. The Chargers are.
I would. It's not panic time, but if they lose against the Chargers,
then it's panic time. And
because
the Chargers aren't any good. They're not.
Just
They're
like
not that good.
at first, I was a little concerned. I'm like, this is the first time they got annihilated by the Saints. No doubt about it. That was the first time under Nagy they've lost by more than a possession. So I'm not really too worried in terms of them not competing, because I like to think that's an anomaly. But hey, it's panic time, Brett. If they do lose against the lowly Chargers, Chargers are awful.
Yeah, I don't think they'll lose to
I
the
mean,
Chargers, and
how
Packers play the Chargers next week.
I was gonna say that whole stadium's gonna be filled Packer
Oh, it
fans
is. It is.
because they can't sell tickets over
No.
there, and you know that the Packers travel well.
Well, right. I was watching a Chargers game maybe a couple weeks ago, and they said they're the only team in the league that does not really have a home field advantage because when they're home, they don't have any fans.
And what a horrible move by the Spanos family.
It
Look,
was.
we're going off on a tangent here, but I say this because there's a connection there, Brett. Because my family, in San Diego, they were subscribed. I mean, they had season tickets to the Chargers games. Big Bolts fans, and it ripped their heart out. Brett, have you ever seen a grown man grow to tears when he knows his team is leaving? That was my uncle, because he had been supporting that team for 35 years, and then they just up and abandoned him. He was one of many folks who were not happy with the Chargers.
I have a feeling the Chargers will end up back in San Diego in time. I mean, they're going to share a stadium with the Rams. That's going to be all about the Rams and the Rams fans, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely more of a Ram flavor. Even then, though, it's with the Rams in L.A. I mean, L.A.'s just not a pro football town. Why should they be? They have the Trojans there. They have all those basketball teams.
UCLA and the Lakers and the Clippers now. The Clippers are one of the favorites to win the
That still feels weird
finals.
saying that.
Yeah. Oh, they just hammered the Warriors last night with Kawhi Leonard, my former favorite player.
Forget it.
Former Spur.
They're going to smoke the Spurs this year.
But, yeah, I do feel bad for the Chargers. I mean, they're playing on a soccer field with no fans. I mean, it'll be all Green Bay Packer fans that day for sure.
If I was a Packer fan, I'd be excited to go there and
Heck yeah.
get a nice ticket for, $30, $40? There you go.
SoCal, have some warmth, get out of this ice box that we call Northeast Wisconsin. In the second half, about to start, the Trojans kicking the ball to a hot Kaukauna team that scored 20 unanswered in the second quarter.
Hey,
That's
nice rail here.
Seam, yeah.
Oh.
Good run by Casey Lancor, the
Lancor.
junior.
I think he did a good job of following some of his blockers there. He gets it near midfield.
So a big chance right here. It's only a two-score game, but a big possession now, Ricardo, for both sides. Boy, Kaukauna could really take command of this game, march down the field, put another score on the board. But the Trojans need to get off the field, get their offense on the field, and keep this within striking distance.
Again, Van Asten 10 of 15 in pass attempts, 1 interception, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns, including the one big bomb to Sipple, Brett, 42-yard touchdown pass.
Well, let's see if they want that matchup again. Sipple has been getting past the defender as Natrip. Good job just to make something out of nothing there, because I thought he was going to be bottled up for a loss, but picks up a couple instead.
Yeah, did a good job of falling forward. Kind of an underrated trait for a running back is to fall forward and pick up another yard or two just by the length of your body. 2nd down and 8. Natrip with a 2-yard gain. Again, it's turning a little chilly here, Brett, but not much wind. I'm looking at the flag, and it's barely moving.
Yeah, flag is very still, and that is that's saving everybody tonight on a very cool October evening.
Next week it's going to be November 1st.
Oh, man. It's going to be the holiday season. Oh, there's a
wait.
high throw,
Wow.
and that's just way too high. Ball just got out of way. You can see Van Asten kind of he knew it was a wayward pass from the get-go. Was Austin Miller the intended target there? Not to change the subject, but you mentioned November. The scary thing is, guys, is I think tomorrow, my wife is all over it. She is a very big fan of the Hallmark movies.
Oh, goodness.
And suddenly the new Christmas movies are coming out already, and it's only October. Come on.
She has her calendar set for the Hallmark movies.
Thanksgiving first, people.
My aunt loves those things, too.
Oh. Yeah, right. Rosie's right. Wait till after Halloween, but boy, they're making money hand over fist at the Hallmark Channel. Back to the high school football game screen.
Oh, wow, 19 for Southwest all over that Berg.
Yeah, Charlie Weber with the catch, but Berg read it, and good job by the Trojans. They got off the field, 3 and out.
Bro, what I don't understand about those Hallmark movies, they're all the same movie.
I tell my wife that all the
They're
time.
the
It's like,
same
what?
movie.
It's the same actors.
Yes.
Same plot, same
Hey,
everything.
you got to give credit to those actors. They're doing the same. It's like they're a Broadway show.
Oh man, yeah. It's a good way to make a living. But yeah, I mean, can we at least get in November and maybe the unsung hero of holidays, Thanksgiving, always seems to get the shaft.
Oh, we
what
have
do
an
here?
offsides on the defense, Brett.
I think it's still a punting situation, though.
Well, that'll make it 4th and short.
4th and 2. It is on the It is on Southwest. Boy.
Oh, that's got to hurt. That's on. I want to say number 22. Boy, how do you say that name, Brett? Giannunzio? And now you hear some of the Kaukauna fans saying, "Go for it! It's 4th and 2."
Yeah, what you don't want to do if you're Matt Binsfeld, you up 20-7. You had a great quarter. You don't want to all of a sudden flip momentum here. So you like what your defense is doing. Boy, they're almost. Well, could you imagine that? Darn near offsides again.
Beautiful punt, Brett. Can they get it inside the 10?
Nope, it bounced, but still inside the 15 is a nice effort. And
no, this was a smart move.
Yep.
You don't go for it on 4th and 2. Let your defense go to work. Southwest is struggling on offense.
Play field position right now.
Excellent. 1st down and 10 at the 14. That's where Southwest will go to work with 10:18 left here in the 3rd quarter on your Burlow Mattress scoreboard. 20-7 lead for Kaukauna.
Well, the Trojans' defense did what it had, or what they had to do. Now let's see if this offense can put together a drive and make this thing interesting. As Kowalczyk, he's got time, and now on the run. Wow, he better get rid of it.
He has to now.
Look in and just skips
Smart move.
a pass. Great coverage again downfield. Nowhere for Kowalczyk to go. Those DBs are doing a good job of blanketing the Southwest receivers.
Yeah, not enough credit given to Kaukana's defense for really doing a good job after being put in some tough positions early on. Again, the offense of Kaukauna, 2 turnovers to start the game on their first 2 drives.
Yeah, look at those little rugrats way across the way. Just they're not paying any attention to this game. The future ghosts. There's probably some Trojans in there as well, right? Playing a little football back there.
Rosie trying to get the camera on.
There they are. As Richard bounces it outside, and good job by the Ghost to wrap them up. I'm going to see if I can find out who got there first.
No gain on the play, though, Brett. So great job by that swarming Kaukauna defense.
Yeah, I think that might have been number 36, Logan Van Roy, the senior defensive back, getting in there first, wrapping up Richard. And 3rd and 10 now, and a chance for the Ghost to get a 3 and out and have great field position coming back.
3rd down and 10 from the 14. Near the 9-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Kowalczyk.
Watch out! Oh, he avoided it.
And there is a holding, it looks like.
Oh, and then look at that. The great hustle, Ricardo. That was number 28, Jacob Van Zeelen. He was the one who just came in on your picture, just about dropped the quarterback. Then he came racing back and tripped up Kowalczyk. Senior defensive back all over the field for the Ghosts.
And what we're having here is a penalty. The penalty flag still on the ground. I think it's a hold on Southwest, and they're trying to see if they decline it or not.
Well, where's the ball going to be marked? I mean, if it's 4th down, it's a no-brainer.
Well, it's half the distance from the 10. It would be at the 5 if they did choose to keep the penalty, but it looks like they're declining it.
Yeah, I would decline it. 4th down, you're going to force Southwest to punt. So look at where this field position should be for the Ghosts is number 4, Casey Lancourt, back to receive near midfield right at the 50-yard line. Nice high punt, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. So the Ghosts, Ricardo's going to take over in their own territory. So there's a great example. Punt it away, pin them deep. You get the 3 and out, And now you got great field position to start this series. Looks like they're going to spot it right at the 45-yard line.
Right, because originally, remember, that first possession with Kaukauna, Brett, it was 4th down and 2 at the 42. And
remember your official Ken, he had some weird formula on how to figure out where the ball was. Yeah, I don't know quite what that means.
Both 3 officials.
I think that's a fake word.
No, it's a real word. I don't know how exactly you have high school officials able to figure that out, but no offense.
Counting their fingers and toes and checking angles and where the positioning of the moon is and all that stuff. As Natrip, boy, nice job reading his blocks, kind of keeping low, not forcing the issue, and a nice 9-yard run to start.
14-yard gain for Natrip. Having a nice game. Again, Hank Hoffman, the original running back, hurt earlier this season, out for the year. Brings up a 1st down and 10 at the 36.
Love this shot in front of us, and maybe next play Rosen can get it again of the defense all huddled around that that monitor, checking out things, coaching hard right now down there and getting things all grouped for the next time the defense takes the field.
Check that 9-yard gain for Natrip, so 2nd down and short. Quick pass.
Screen. Nice little move by number 7, Austin Miller, the junior. And you can see the defensive unit now. They're into it. They're having a good time going over that huddle stuff. And it's amazing, again, like I said earlier, how these high school kids can now see it instantly. Remember when huddle first came out, it was kind of a luxury.
It was.
And now everybody's got it. Basketball teams use it. And
1st and 10 at the 30.
Should have invested in that, huh?
Good job there, Brett.
I should have invested in that stock.
8:02 left in the 3rd quarter. Natrip off the left side.
Oh, nice cutback over the middle. He's going left, saw lane to the right. Zipped his way through, and Kaukauna on the move.
Yeah, 7-yard gain for Natrip. They're making some nice chunks of yards, I should say, on the run. That makes things easier for Van Asten in the passing game. Bring up a 2nd and 3 with 7:39 left and counting in the 3rd quarter on your Furlometra scoreboard. 27 lead for Kaukauna. Again, Van Asten has had a nice game after throwing that early first pick. Throwing again.
Nice catch. Low throw, but good hands by Miller.
I don't know if they gained anything on that, Brett. So it'll remain 3rd and 3 from the 23.
Nice little setup here again at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. Look at that scoreboard, that video board out there. And
they do a good job here. I mean,
that,
again, it's a gorgeous facility.
That's the next thing now. Everybody's getting these video boards.
I was lucky back in Amro back in the early 90s, Brett, if we even had a scoreboard that worked.
Yeah, the little rickety scoreboards,
yeah,
the real thin.
the little light bulbs and stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, 3rd and
amazing.
3 receivers far side. Sipple near side. Going right to Sipple,
Whoa.
but the timing is off on that one, Brett.
Now it is 4-down territory. I think you go for it. Unless they feel confident in their kicker. But I think this is you feel good about your defense. The ball's where? At the 24-yard line, 23-yard line. So 4th and short coming up. Good opportunity for the Ghost to pick this one up, move the chains, and make it a 3-score game. It's only a 2-score game. It's been dominated by Kaukauna for some time, but all it takes is a big turnover, and the Trojans are right back in it as Van Asten, and he skips it, so
yeah,
4th down.
Well, he skipped it, but I think it was hit at the line of scrimmage as Van Asten's upset with himself.
So the Trojans get the stop and an opportunity to pull close.
Yeah, Brett, you know, Van Asten's 2 for 6 for about 7 yards here in the 2nd half. He came in 10 of 15 for 133. So the offense struggling a little bit from the passing game for the Ghosts. I'm a little surprised that they didn't try running on any of those downs, Brett.
How about halftime score, guys? Everest 41, Appleton East 13. According to our friend Scott Williams, the Patriots turned the ball over 5 times, and the Evergreens converted 4 of them into touchdowns. Wow.
That's a quick way to getting blown out.
Kowalczyk downfield, almost picked off. Wow.
Rubio.
Hunter Rubio, the senior defensive back, he wants that one back, doesn't he?
Well, Brett, you know, the thing with Appleton East, this was our first playoff postseason berth. I want to say since 2011 or 2012, sometimes the lights shine a little brighter in the postseason.
Boy.
And, boy, they did not come ready to play. And Kromenacker, who has had a nice season there as a second-year coach, getting them to the postseason, giving Kimberly a scare earlier this year.
Yeah.
Turnovers will dismantle any good team.
5 turnovers, that's going to be awfully tough. Down 41-13, that's a big hill to climb. As Kowalczyk high bounces it. Third down coming up, 3rd and 10. You talk about playoffs. Kaukauna in the playoffs for the 2nd straight season. That was following a 10-year absence. Its last playoff victory, guys, came in 2008 when it won its first 2 games. And that team, if you remember this name, how about a blast from the past? Quarterback Jordan Giordana.
Yes, I remember
that Giordana name big around here. Reed Giordana, kind of a legendary figure, ended up playing quarterback for UW-Stevens Point way back in the day.
Very, very good name. I mean, very famous name.
Giordana threw for 1,878 yards and 13 touchdowns that season and leading the Ghosts to a 9-3 record. Remember Tanner Deering?
Sure.
He rushed for 1,347 yards that season and 18 touchdowns.
Going into double coverage and made the catch.
Is he in bounds? I thought he was out of bounds.
He is in bounds, Brett.
Wow, what a grab by Fedarian Smith. So a huge 3rd down conversion. I thought he was out of bounds.
Brett, if you're a Kaukauna, you have 2 defenders bracketing him. How do you allow that to be completed?
Well, he's 6'2". He's got good size, a long frame, and made a great catch along the Trojan sideline. Finishing that thought about Kaukauna back in the playoffs. The Ghosts finished 5-5 a year ago. Fell on the road to River Falls in a first-round game, 25-21. So it's, I guess, a time to celebrate if you're Kaukauna having a home playoff game. Look at that. Is that Richard?
It is.
And now the Trojans on the move. First home playoff game again for the Ghosts since 2008, 11 years ago. Had definitely some down seasons, but Matt Binsfield doing some good stuff here. And hey, how about the Trojans though? Back in the playoffs after missing out last season, the Trojans reached the D2 state semifinals only 2 seasons ago. 2017, they were 11-2 overall. Ended up bowing out to eventual state champion Wanakee 35-14 in the state semifinal at Menasha's Calder Stadium as Kowalczyk and nearly picked off.
He's kind of tempted fate the last couple of passes, Brett.
We do have a flag, and what's that going to be at the line of scrimmage?
It's going to be as the offense is moving backwards, so Brett.
Must be a hold. Well, as the officials get things situated, yeah, so the Trojans, you know, hey, they've had some good teams over the years. In recent years, they reached the D2 state semifinals back in 2011 under then head coach and former Green Bay Packers linebacker Bryce Popp. Remember him?
Of course.
Popp, the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year in 1995 with the Buffalo Bills. He led the league in sacks with 17.5. Currently the defensive line coach at Northern Iowa. Popp played for the Packers from 1990 through 94.
Didn't he go to Northern Iowa?
Was he a Northern Iowa guy? He
he
might have
was.
been, yeah. He also coached one season at Minnesota. I believe it was P.J. Fleck's first or second year. So some pretty good recent playoff history for the Trojans, and the Ghosts trying to win a playoff game for the first time since 2008.
Here, Southwest is facing a 3rd and 19 situation, Brett. That holding call.
Look at 2nd down.
Oh, 2nd, okay.
2nd down on the down marker across the way. 2nd and 25. No, that's not 25
No,
to
it's
go.
19.
Yeah.
It's 19.
Yeah.
2nd and 19.
Looking at the scoreboard. Kowalczyk swings it over. That's Richard. Making some guys miss, and is going to make it a little bit more manageable 3rd down coming up, 3rd and maybe 8. Ball is going to be at the 42-yard line. Big play coming up for Southwest, and maybe, Ricardo, it could be 4-down territory. We'll see.
11-yard gain on the play, Brett. But I think, well, yeah, at this point in the game, you're down 2 scores. I think that's within reason. I like Richard. I think you got to try to find a way to get him the ball more. Big, powerful running back.
Well, again, I like both him and Zacharias. I think that's a nice combo. Richard in the backfield with Kowalczyk. Oh, high snap. Good hands. Oh, wow. He's gone. Oh, he fumbled it.
Yeah, big old number 75. Did he get on it?
Unbelievable.
Andre Williams for Kaukauna.
The high snap just
you go, big guy.
Yep, the high snap ruined everything about that play. Kowalczyk had nowhere to go. A couple of defenders didn't get their numbers in his face. He tried to spin out of trouble, loses the football, and now look where Kaukauna has the ball on the Southwest 41-yard line.
Loss of 17 yards on that play, but yeah. Andre, again, Andre Williams, 6 foot, 210-pound guy.
Good look at Andre front and center, all ready to check out his play on huddle.
So Kaukauna's defense comes through again, Brett, as Natrup up the middle. Takes it to about the 39, gain of 3. See if I can find some other scores here from the area if any have been updated.
Imagine we're going to be spending some time at Kaukauna High School in the upcoming basketball season. Looking forward to the start of that. That's right, Rosie mentioning they have brand new floor in the field house now. You're not going to have any of that rubberized surface away from the main court, so looking forward to checking out how that looks. One of the top teams in Division II in the state. Saw Kimberly was ranked, I believe, 5th in the preseason on the boys' side in D1. So we got a lot of good boys and girls teams. As Van Asten going deep downfield. He's got a guy, and it's caught. Nice job. That's number 6, Cody Gaber. Really playing the ball well. The defender never got around, trying to just play with the receiver. But Gaber, excellent awareness of where that ball was and spotted it and made a big play. And a chance now for Kaukauna with the ball at the 8-yard line to put this game close to out of reach.
Well, you know, Brett, and give Van Asten credit, he saw the matchup, and he directed his receiver to go down the sideline and was able to connect with him on the big 31-yard pass reception.
Kaukauna receivers winning the one-on-ones right now for sure. Been a trend throughout this game as Van Asten now is going to hand it off to Natrup. Big hole, and he's got the 8-yard touchdown score.
That was good for Kaukauna, Brett, because they've really been struggling inside the red zone. But, Brett, there is a penalty down.
I think that's a flag after the play.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we do have an update on the score here. Appleton North is leading 31-20. Are they playing Memorial, right?
The old Abe's, yeah. So you can feel like
they have that one secured.
Feel like the Lightning were going to move on and maybe setting up down the line a state quarterfinal rematch with the Papermakers. We'll see. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. And it looks like the officials and trying to sort this flag out. And
yeah, Appleton North's up 24-20 according to Dan Russo, one of our guys, one of our part-time guys who's at the game. Okay. Looks like the penalty will be assessed on the kick, Brett. Big touchdown, though, for Kaukauna. They're looking to go up 27-7. As Seefeld with the kick, and that's up and good.
And as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard, the updated score shows the Ghosts up 27-7. Now 27 unanswered points for Kaukauna, and complete command of this one with 2:55 to play in the third quarter. So Natrip with the 8-yard score, his first touchdown run of the game. And turning points, I should say turnovers into points, the Ghosts. A fumble led to that touchdown run.
Hortonville 35, De Pere nothing.
All right, so looking like you're going to get a Hortonville Kaukauna rematch in a second round game. That would be played at Aiken Field in Hortonville. So unfortunately, I don't believe Hortonville has the technology for us to go and stream that game.
That's really too bad, because that's a good matchup in my opinion. Obviously, Hortonville would be favored. They took care of Kaukauna a few weeks ago, or last week, I think, actually.
Yeah, they played last week. Kaukauna lost to the Polar Bears 27-10 right here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. Yeah, unfortunately, we've looked at streaming games at Hortonville, a beautiful facility like this one, but just don't have the technology updated yet for us to guarantee a good quality live stream.
Yeah, well, that's one of the logistics that we need, though, Brett. So it's tough. We really would like to do it, but you got to help us out. As Kowalczyk rolling to his right.
Again, he's got
running. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Big hit, 42 on Kowalczyk. That's Will Campbell, the sophomore linebacker, called his name earlier, and flying in there, bringing down Alex Kowalczyk. But he's nowhere to go. He's no receivers open, and credit that back end of the Ghost defense, really doing a job of just clamping down and making it tough for the Trojans to maybe take a shot or two, pick up some chunk yardage as the third quarter is winding down. Play action again, weaving his way out of trouble, man. He's down. Nowhere to go. Good team defense. A whole bunch of black shirts there. Let's give number 66 a little bit of a shout out. That's Matthew Schneckenberg, the senior defensive lineman. I think gets credited for the sack, but Kowalczyk under pressure really from the snap.
Schneckenberg. I like that name.
Sounds like a
throwback. Sounds like someone who played for the Packers.
Carl Mecklenburg. Wasn't that for the Denver Broncos back in the day? Howard Schnellenberger, the old coach for Miami.
And Miami, yes. That was before Jimmy Johnson
took
over.
Yeah, he built the program at the U. Kowalczyk zips it. Trying to set up a screen to number 80, Noah Guswa. I'm sorry. That's what the PA announcer just mentioned. Guswa, the senior wideout. And 3 and out again. And Kaukauna looking really good for that rematch with the Polar Bears next round. Maybe they could move that game here. I'm sure Hortonville would be all for that one, right? Hortonville, a 2 seed.
Yeah. Under a minute left here in the third quarter on your Verlo Mattress scoreboard. 27-7 lead for the Ghosts. As that kick, no one's around there except for Southwest players, as that one will die right at the 33.
Remember last year, Fox Valley Lutheran called this field its home for 3 games?
That's how I knew about this place, because I came here to cover a Fox Valley Lutheran game. And actually, I might have been in this very press booth. Right back here, Brett. I was amazed then.
Yeah.
Like, we got to come here sometime.
Gorgeous setup. A lot of nice facilities in our coverage area. And we saw some going up to Green Bay. We did a few of those. The West of Pier had a real cool complex. And Green Bay Preble, no turf, but a real nice setting back there.
Ashwaubenon, very nice, too.
Yep. So More and more of these facilities getting turf fields, and we've talked about it on our R&B show. Some of these smaller schools now making the investment. I think it's a great investment. These fields can last a long time and get multi-purpose uses. Van Asten almost with the completion. Charlie Weber diving as he tried to make his way back to help out his quarterback, but falls incomplete. But again, yeah, Kiel, Amherst, they have turf fields now. Plymouth with the indoor facility for a small school.
Plymouth with only one loss. Their only loss came to New Berlin Eisenhower, undefeated. You know, so Plymouth in Division III anyway, maybe an underrated team, maybe a dark horse. I might have put them as a dark horse in my 7-division wrap-up.
That's a school that's always had real solid athletics. The Panthers, and again, saw those tweets from a few weeks ago about their new indoor facility. That's going to be a hold.
Clearly a flag. Clearly a flag. He was hit in the back, actually. I don't know if they're saying if it's within that area where you can do that.
Oh, is there another flag coming? Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Was that a hit on the quarterback, a late hit? What happened here? Fans in front of us want Trojan kicked out of the game. They didn't like the shenanigans going on. Let's see what we've got here.
Replay the down. Even I know that, Brett.
So hold and then roughing the passer. Fans in front.
Fans are just making up penalties now. making up penalties that exist only in the NFL, Rosie.
Boy, Appleton North now. Appleton North on fire, up 38-20. A couple quick touchdowns.
So 2nd down and 10 now. We'll do over for the Ghosts. 3 receivers near side.
Natrip. Looked like number 36, Cody Holm, the senior linebacker, get in there quickly, and might be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Boy, it's been all Kaukauna from the 2nd quarter on. And we're going to get a break in the action for the Ghosts to talk about what they're going to do here on 3rd and 8 coming up to start the 4th quarter. Again, we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. The Ghosts through 3 quarters lead the Trojans 27-7. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight on a cool and crisp October evening. Let's see what else we have around the area as far as scores, and go through Twitter. Wrightstown all over Little Chute now 20-0. Make it 20-7. Mustangs with a score. Haven't seen anything from Kimberly. Haven't seen any more updates from the Everest Appleton East game.
Fond du Lac ahead, 35-14 over Arrowhead. Now up 38-14 with 11:56 remaining in the 4th. Jarrell, the journalist, our buddy Jarrell Russian, updating us. He's one of the new guys that we have on our staff.
I like him.
He's a good kid.
Like him. I like his energy, his
Very
enthusiasm. I like the fact that he wants to get to know the area in which he is covering. So
yes, that's one of the biggest traits you need as someone who's new to an area. He wants to learn, Brett.
Humble. As Van Asten all day long going deep downfield, and he's almost had Sipple. Ooh.
I think Sipple stopped a little bit, Brett. If he had just continued to move, he would have been able to have a nice touchdown there, Brett.
Oh, you can see Sipple a little disappointed. He's like, oh, I had that. That could have been maybe another touchdown, but hey, can't complain too much. You're up by 20 here in the 4th quarter, but that would have maybe been the one that iced the game. In any event, punt coming up for the Ghosts. You can see across the way, it looks like the Trojan students doing some flashlight trickery over there. There's a good look at them on the camera.
Rosie's always Johnny on the spot.
Yes, that must be their way of, is that their rally caps, the rally phones?
Possibly. Kids, who knows what they're doing, Brett?
Oh, now, see, all their batteries just went out. See, batteries are out.
Nice punt.
High punt. Yeah, get away from that. Yeah, great bounce.
Right at the 21, beautiful punt for Kaukauna. And with 11:42 left, that's where Southwest will start. Got to make up a lot of points in a hurry here, Brett. Kowalczyk, though, has been under pressure.
Doesn't have a lot of time to set up, does he?
No. Very talented guy, though. I really like Kowalczyk. His offensive line needs to help him out here a little bit more.
I think we got to get Rosie a headset.
Now Rosie's ready to do a little talking, a little analysis. First and 10 at the 21. Kowalczyk again pressured.
Oh, boy. That's a risky throw. That thing just floated and finally fell to the turf, but that was up there for a little bit. I could just see a player wearing a black shirt maybe scooping that one and taking it to the end zone. But
yeah, Ben Moore with that pressure. Moore, a 6 foot, 260-pound junior defensive lineman, also plays offensive line. Got some big kids up there for the Ghosts. See if this defense, which I think has played particularly well ever since the beginning, midway through the first quarter.
Just nowhere to go. Zacharias with the carry there, but boy, Ghosts just playing their gaps really well. No openings for the running game, and then anytime Kowalczyk drops back to pass, that push is getting in the backfield quick and making it real difficult for him just to even set up and try to find somebody downfield. And when he does, then the back end of that Kaukauna defense has just got the receivers blanketed. So really, all three levels working really well right now for that Kaukauna defense.
Now, third down and long, exactly what Southwest didn't want to see, Brett, with that offensive line struggling with the pressure.
Big high floater.
Good coverage there, Brett. You see who had that?
Looked like that was number 36 for the Ghosts, Logan Van Roy on Noah Guswa.
They're kind of on an island, so the worst thing you want to see if you're Kaukauna is a pass interference. And Kaukauna will get the ball back again, Brett. 3 and out for Green Bay Southwest.
This is our fifth FRCC team we've seen this year, right? We've seen Bayport, we've seen Preble, Ashwaubenon, and Southwest, so our fourth team, yep, from the league. Little bouncer for Lancourt, and a late flag. What's the call here?
Might have been a Kaukauna, it looks like.
Like a hold, perhaps, there. So we've, I think we got a good feel for the FRCC, and it's Bayport and really everybody else, isn't it? Remember that week 7 game? It was two teams that were
undefeated
and going to Ashwaubenon, and Bayport just put a licking on the Jaguars. And yeah, then they did the same thing. I think that was a week 9 game, wasn't it? Blank Pulaski, and that's another score I have not seen come through how the Red Raiders are doing for the FRCC fans. But
well, I think they were down. Oh no, I'm thinking of De Pere. I'm sorry.
Yeah, De Pere was getting hammered pretty good against Hortonville. So first down for the Ghosts, and Ricardo, looks like we have a new quarterback in for Kaukauna, number 12, Gannon Demler, a junior. So Matt Binsfeld getting some other guys some action, and I think that's a good thing, getting guys some playing time, and
okay,
at least from the quarterback spot.
Brett, we have an update: Nina 28, Hudson 13, starting on the fourth quarter, and Look at Appleton East, Brett.
Are they coming back?
Coming back. 6:27 left in the third. They are down 41-27. Plenty of time there and a fumble.
Out of bounds. Boy, if Appleton East comes back to win that game.
Oh, boy, that'd be an epic collapse, though, if DC Everest does that.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm shocked because I told you, Brett, they run the wing T, which, look, we ran the wing T at Amro when I was back in high school. There's a certain pass element to it, but it is really a deception-based run game, so not really meant to come back from large deficits.
Maybe the Patriots deceiving the Evergreens with some long runs off of the wing T. I don't know. We'll see. You would think that the Evergreens, that would have been a pretty safe lead. 5 turnovers, 4 of which are turned into touchdowns. Ooh, whoa. Looked like that was Richard on the tackle. Noah Hoffman dragged out of bounds, and 4th down now coming up as the clock has stopped with 9:50 to play. Well, now they're going to wind the clock up. Ouch.
It sounded like it hurt, Brett.
Sounded like he just kicked a rock. There's a bunch of flags coming.
Still on his feet, Brett.
Yeah, but the crowd doing a real good job of helping the officials here tonight. Have you noticed that?
Yes, they're quick to voice their displeasure.
Oh, boy.
A hold.
Yep, you're up 20, folks. Just relax. Winneconne and Sheboygan Falls, guys, 14-14 to start the 4th quarter.
Okay. Wolves putting up a fight. I was a little worried about that matchup, Brett. My buddy Harrison Rubidou, the quarterback, we were texting this week.
One of your Elite 11,
yes.
I believe.
We were just chatting about the upcoming game, and he was confident.
Appleton North now up 45-20, so they're really pouring it on Eau Claire Memorial. How about Marshfield and Superior tied at 30 apiece with 4 minutes remaining in that game. Amherst all over Peshtigo 42-6. That's a final.
Eiding with the nice tackle.
Yeah, on Zacharias.
5-yard loss. So what a tackle by Eiding. 2nd down 15 at the 22.
So that East game, Ricardo, Appleton East takes a second half kickoff, scores, then recovers an onside kick and scores again. That's according to Scott Williams. So 41-27 is where you had it, and that's how the Patriots have kind of climbed back in into that one.
Got to do what you got to do. Fighting for their lives there. Again, the postseason won and done or either move on or you go home. As again another nice play by the Kaukauna defense, Brett.
Yeah, Will Campbell again, the sophomore linebacker, bringing down Tajon Richards. So 3rd down and a good open field tackle, diving tackle, tripping him up.
Back-to-back losses for Southwest in the run game. 3rd and 17 now. Could really go for some hot chocolate, Brett. What about you?
Yeah, I think Rosie's nice and toasty over there. He's got that heater going.
Is your jacket even zipped up there, Rosie? Okay, just making sure. I need to wear mine.
You got a heater by you too, but I don't know if we're supposed to be plugging in all these devices. Blow out a circuit.
Well, now I'm gonna plug this one in.
Yeah, we're gonna blow out a circuit.
Forget about your circuits.
Well, that's how the live stream is running.
We'll be fine. This game's over.
Not yet. Look at this. Oh, what a tackle!
Lancor
coming in to bring down Kowalczyk, just flying through the junior DB.
Now I'm looking for an outlet.
We got 7 minutes left. You can handle it.
Don't
Suck
tell
it
me
up.
what I can handle.
Suck it up.
My people don't like the cold. That's true. I'm of the Latin persuasion, my friend. Again, Brett, the balls when they're kicked.
Yeah, they sound like
it doesn't sound right.
Makes me cringe. It's just got to be killing the feet. Oof.
It does sound like
You remember that game?
kicking a brick.
You remember that game? What year it was when Favre and the Packers went to Soldier Field, and it was just a.
Oh yeah.
It was later in his career, and that was like the first game where you could tell Favre was like, he doesn't like the cold anymore.
Because Urlacher had like a 90-yard interception return. I remember that game. Yeah.
Remember Favre used to thrive in the cold weather, and
then it was old man Favre.
And that's how I feel right now. It's like
I agree.
There's just an age you hit where this just does not. I'd rather be in the nice warm toasty house. Ooh, nice tackle there, bringing down Hoffman. Trying to get a number on that Trojan who brought it down. Looks like Tyler Rasmussen, number 5, the defensive end. And this isn't even really that cold.
Oh, it's cold.
Well, I just remember, was it last year or 2 years ago when we were at Titan Stadium for a state semifinal live stream?
That was cold
we
too.
opened up the booth because we needed to, and the wind was just blowing into the booth. So even that heater inside that box didn't matter. Good run by, it looks like number 24, Griffin Beckish.
Junior running back.
Yeah, 5'9", 186 pounds. So some different guys getting some action for Matt Binsfeld. Ghosts on their way to a 7-3 season, and presumably playing Hortonville with a big lead over De Pere.
Good win, though, for Kaukauna. I think, it started a bit ominously.
Yeah.
With the early interception from Van Asten, but he's bounced back and he bounced back, I should say, because he's not in there anymore, and had a nice game. Really did a great job of leading this Kaukauna offense, which kind of struggled a bit outside of that interception too. They also they had turnovers in their first 2 drives. I really think you got to give credit to the Kaukauna defense.
Yes.
Because they were put in tough situations. They made sure they were only down 7-0 at one point. And I think they've done a good job of bottling up those really good running backs, in my opinion. They have a nice backfield there at Southwest. And I really like the quarterback. I know he's had some struggles because of his offensive line not giving him time, but the kid can throw, and he's tough.
4th down punt coming up. Ooh, nice spiral on that.
It does, nice.
Whoa. Couple of those Trojan players were in no man's land as that ball was bouncing, but nice high spiral with 5:39 to play. We look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. The Ghosts with the lead, safely in front, 27-7. Ricardo's last check, Hortonville's all over De Pere. I don't recall what the score was, but it sounded like the Polar Bears were taking it to the Redbirds. Redbirds going in preseason, at least one of the upper echelon teams, but they really struggled this year in the FRCC.
I agree, Brett. I think that was a little bit of a surprise in that league to see that team struggle like that.
Them struggle, and then Ashwaubenon under first-year head coach Brian Richkowski, the former Little Chute head man, doing good stuff with the Jaguars and getting them back to kind of where they are typically seen as one of the front runners. It's going to be really interesting to see after this season what happens with Bayport, though. This feels like the Pirates, this is their year, right? They're all back. All this talent, a lot of college-level talent. A lot of these guys are graduating after this year. It's kind of, I feel like for the Pirates, it's now or never. And obviously they're taking it to their opponent, one of the Milwaukee schools. They're hammering them and setting up for what could be a whale of a state semifinal game between them and the Papermakers, assuming both teams win their first 3 games.
Exactly. That's the thing. We're speculating here.
But looking when you compare the VFA versus the FRCC, of course, Bayport, the 4-time conference champs, they've won, 36 straight games in that league, 4 straight 9-0 seasons. But we're going to see, it looks like 2 FRCC teams bounced against the VFA Hortonville over De Pere and Kaukauna over Green Bay Southwest.
3rd down and 6 situation here for Kowalczyk.
But a solid season for the Trojans. You know, they needed 2 wins just to force their way into the playoffs, and
they got it done.
They did get it done. Again, beating Notre Dame and Sheboygan North, and that was after a Week 7 loss at Pulaski, 33-zip. They got nipped by Preble in Week 6, 28-21. In a tough start to their season, they had lost to Schwaben on Week 1, 20-7. Actually, they opened their season with a 1-3 record, beating De Pere in Week 2, but then a loss to Manitowoc. First-year head coach Greg Enns over there, 21-6, and then of course Bayport with the 42-0 loss. Since then, the Trojans have won 3 out of their last 5.
Punting situation for Southwest again is Kaukauna defense. I mean, that's the starting offense still out there for the Trojans.
Through 3 quarters at Pickett Field, Everest up 41-27. And another FRCC team loses, Manitowoc, so Marquette beats Manitowoc. 52-20 now, Appleton North over Hudson. They are just really pouring it on. That's a long trip for Hudson. Or no, check that. No. Not Hudson. Hudson's playing Neenah.
Yes, that's still a long drive though for Hudson.
Oh, Eau Claire Memorial.
Yeah, that's still a long drive.
Yeah, still a 3-hour ride for the Old Abe, so it's a long bus ride back.
A 3-hour ride
from here to Appleton, or
yeah,
from Eau Claire to Appleton? Yeah, absolutely.
No, I was doing Gilligan there.
Okay, I gotcha. Menasha, here's a final. They beat Whitefish Bay 28-14. Amherst wins, as I said, 42-6 over Peshtigo. What else do we have here? Fun game going on between Superior and Marshfield. Haven't seen any Kimberly updates of late. Finals starting to roll in throughout not only the region but the state, and we're going to be off to, I'm going to say, at level 2. Be sure to check out Ricardo's takeaways. That's going to be coming out Saturday night sometime on online.
Yeah, that's about when. Sunday print. I'll take a look at a couple of takeaways from this game and then from around the area, any kind of upsets or anything, any surprises. Quick look into next week's matchups. I'm sure I'll have a rundown of pairings for the second round, Brett.
Yeah, hard to believe 10 weeks in now already, and at least from a streaming standpoint, as we're going to get, I don't know if that's a procedure and offsides, but, you know, we're winding down from the football live stream side of things. Only 3 more games to go. And then it's the state finals down at Camp Randall. Jeez, where did the fall season go? Fall start against Kaukauna there in that 3rd down play. How about Superior leading Marshfield 36-30 with 10:40 to go? I'm assuming that one's in Marshfield. St. Mary Springs had a tough one tonight over Random Lake, 69-7.
The Ledgers.
As I said, Marquette with the 35-7 win over Manitowoc. Lourdes all over Hillsborough, 64-7. Nice throw. Gannon Demler, the junior, getting some action at quarterback for the Ghosts. Really stepped into that slant and threw it. It's going to be short, 4th down, but
Demler will, I'm going to assume, be one of the top guys to take over next year with Van Asten, a senior this year.
Keel blanks Campbellsport, 42-zip. Coleman blanks Bonduel, 40-zip, and Reedsville blanks Brookwood, 31-zip. The Panthers. Ooh, big hit.
Ouch.
They're still hitting hard. Is that
Schneckenberg.
Schneckenberg nailing? Was that Rasmussen?
Schneckenberg, I think, took the brunt of that.
That might have been Lacombe. I didn't get a
No, it was Schneckenberg. Oh, number 6 for
oh,
Southwest.
6. Well, okay, not number 5, number 6. Colin Lacombe. That was a pop right in front of that ghost sideline.
Schneckenberg slowed up a little bit, and then he actually ended up taking a lot of that force.
Big old number
right
66,
That'll
yeah.
clear the cobwebs.
5'10", 255. Well, yeah, it'll clear the cobwebs, but it'll give you stars, right?
Cobwebs for stars is what that exchange was for. Yeah. Bighorn sheep, according to Rosie. Rosie, we got to get him a mic. We got to have him add on some of our comedy relief there, BC.
Well, we could have tonight, couldn't we? We're all right next to each other. Wait till Rosie has to go out in the elements. Still on his feet, far sideline. Look at this. He's in.
35-yard touchdown.
That's Richard. 35-yard score.
With 1:08 left.
From Kowalczyk.
Again, most of, I want to say, their secondary or second team defense is in for Kaukauna.
Kick missed.
Yes.
So an update to our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard shows the Ghosts now up 27-13 with just a minute 8 to play. Nice move by Tajon Richard, though, to get into the end zone, tiptoeing that far sideline.
His final touchdown of his career, I'm going to assume, because he's a senior.
Well, unless Southwest onside kicks it,
There
Ricardo, so we'll see. Fond du Lac ends up with the 45-14 victory over Arrowhead. Bayport hammers Milwaukee Bradley 55-8. How about Preble? 7-6 victory over Milwaukee Riverside, so Preble survives.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, again, the Milwaukee area, the city league really, yeah, their teams aren't up to snuff usually year in year out. Believe me, I worked at the Journal-Sentinel. I had to cover some of those games. Ouch.
I remember when my son played at an area school, his senior year had Milwaukee, Washington come in, and I remember those guys were huge. A lot of big guys coming off the bus, but they just, from a skill standpoint,
weren't there.
My son's team ended up really running them out of the game. Evergreens, DC Everest puts a touchdown back on the board, so they're up 47-27 with 9:49 to play. Looks like it's going to be an early end to the Appleton East season.
Winnicott leads Sheboygan Falls 22-14.
There you go.
The Wolves, baby.
So no onside, and number 28 for the Ghosts, that's Jacob Van Zeelen. Receiving the kick, taking a knee, and I think you're going to see a couple knees now, a couple kneel downs for the Ghosts as they're going to put the finishing touches on a 27-13 victory. So Ricardo,
real quick, let me
as long as you got some time now.
Southwest, first off, they have some good, in my opinion, skill players. Now, this was a team, Brett, that had some recent success. You mentioned that getting into the state semifinal not too long ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. So now you're looking at building back what you guys, what the bar was set for. Now, getting into the playoffs was nice. They had a late regular season flurry here to get into the postseason. Ran into a tough team here, Kaukauna. Started fast, but couldn't keep up that tempo. They have some things to build with there, especially with Kowalczyk coming back next season, the most important position on the field. You got him coming back for his senior year. For Kaukauna, now you're facing Hortonville again. Now, against Hortonville, mistakes are magnified against a team like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they can't beat Hortonville, but you're going to need to play your A game, number one, and number two, you cannot have mistakes like they started off against Southwest here.
Yeah,
because Hortonville can score and score in a hurry.
Yeah, and defensively you're going to have to be rock solid trying to take down those receivers. The best defense, though, is keeping them off the field, and if you can possess the football and use that running game that we've seen, Nate Tripp, I was very impressed with him.
Played very well.
try to control the ball and control offensive or time of possession, you have a pretty good chance of winning that game.
But either way, they're postseason win for them. They're at the second level now. So congratulations to Kaukauna. So you got to build the program and get it going in the right direction.
Well, and an advantage, I guess, really for both teams is they just played each other 2 weeks ago, so
yes.
they prepared for them already. This isn't like a team that you didn't see for 7 weeks. This is a team you just saw 2 weeks ago. So I would imagine that the game planning and just preparing for the Polar Bears is not going to be all that difficult, but you can say the same for Hortonville and their coaching staff. They're going to be well prepared and ready to go against the Ghosts. Congratulations to Kaukauna. The clock says all zeros. That means this game is a final, and they're going to celebrate a little bit, but they are 27-13 victories over the Trojans, and that means Kaukauna moving on to the second round.
And I'm going to get down there and talk to some coaches and kids, Brett. So thank you guys again. We'll see you back at the office. And, Brett, we'll figure out where we're going next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it. As the road to Madison moves on. Look at those guys. They're all celebrating. The students
excited.
are out there. They're on the
They
turf.
should be.
This is probably likely the last home game of the season, unless I guess something crazy happens.
Yeah, well, they need to win next week, and then whatever team they're playing would have to be a lower seed.
Yeah,
it could happen.
It could happen. Stranger things have happened. So let me run down the scoring as Ricardo heads down to the turf. Maybe we'll get a camera on Ricardo. Maybe we'll see your moves on the turf. Show us how you can do your thing down there.
Slow motion moves, Brett.
Well, Green Bay Southwest got on the board first with 4:37 to play in the first quarter on a 1-yard touchdown run by Tajon Richard. And then the Ghosts with 20 unanswered points, actually 27 straight points, but 20 of those coming in a very decisive second quarter. The first was a 21-yard field goal by Gavin Lam. That was with 9:20 to play in the quarter. And then Kaukauna taking the lead for good on its first touchdown of the game, a 5-yard pass from quarterback Noah Van Asten to number 84, Logan Fitzu. Made it 10-7 Kaukauna. The Ghosts then grabbed a 17-7 lead with 2:19 to play in the quarter on a 42-yard pass from Van Asten to Carson Sipple. And then Lam with a 33-yard field goal with 29 seconds to play in the quarter. Made it 20-7 Kaukauna at the half. The Ghosts put another touchdown on the board with 2:55 remaining in the third quarter. 8-yard run by Hunter Natrip. And then just in the waning moments, Southwest with the final score of the game, a 35-yard pass from Alex Kowalczyk to Tajon Richard with 1:08 to play. And that's how it ends here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. The Ghosts with the victory, 27-13. Kaukauna improves to 7-3. First playoff victory since 2008, Rosie. So 11 years between playoff victories. So congratulations to the Ghosts. They will take on presumably Hortonville. They were up big over De Pere. Didn't get a final. Haven't seen a final yet. But assuming it is the Polar Bears, that game will be played over in Hortonville at Aiken Field. A Division II second-round game. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. The Trojans finished their season with a 4-6 record. Again, we're not sure where we're going to be next week, but you can always check us out on Twitter at PCBretzi, at PCRicardo, at MetalRosie. I usually tweet out the matchups on Tuesday, so give me a follow. We're going to have a number of nice, fun games to pick from for sure. Also put it on Facebook.com/PostCrescent, Facebook.com/Varsity Roundtable. A whole bunch of ways socially to figure out where our next Varsity Game of the Week prep football live stream will be. And as I have a few more moments before I have to sign off for good, I'm just going to see if I can get a Hortonville final. Kimberly beats Rapids 42-3. Plymouth nips Wisconsin Lutheran 35-34. Hortonville 41-6 victory over De Pere. So there you go. The second round matchup is locked in. Hortonville will host Kaukauna at Aiken Field again, 7 o'clock next Friday, a Division II second round game. Once again, thank you to our sponsor, Verlo Mattress Factory of Appleton, Green Bay, Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, and Sturgeon Bay. Be sure to stop in today for their fall mattress clearance sale. And again, one more shout out to Chris McDaniel and the great crew here at Kaukauna High School. Love the setup. Love Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. It was fun to be here and we thank all of them for their support and rolling out the red carpet to us. So for Rosie, for Ricardo, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson, signing off from Bank of Kaukauna Stadium here on the campus of Kaukauna High School, where once again, the final score tonight, the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts 27, the Green Bay Southwest Trojans 13. Thanks for watching, everybody.